All right. I'm going to assume we are back, and we are there. So apologies for the slight jump on that one, but we are here for the rest of round number 5. So we did have the +3 that we added with the Betty effect. So we had a 7K with the Lilith there. We had a 7K with the Inazuma, which gains Rush because there's a 7K on the board. And then we do have the Karasu to end the turn. So 1 life left for Tipo. Going to start on their, I believe, 8 Dawn turn, sorry, their 9 Dawn turn, and get some searches off their leader.
Deciding between the bird, Marcus Mars, and I can't quite tell what the last card is. I believe it's a Nustro.
Yeah. So making sure that I think they have all the pieces. It's still hard to outvalue the 10 cost, and at this late game point, like if you can't have more than 3 attacks in 1 turn, you just can't get the game, right? They just having 2 blockers at the end of every turn is really tough for a lot of decks to interact with right now.
Yeah, Tipo thinking about getting this swing in potentially with this blocker. Go into it.
Yeah,
So just 5 to lead first. Just no need to commit the blocker quite yet. You can get one of these clears just off of the leader swing. Probably thinking about, do I have to worry about him blocking with a Karasu and countering out? Yeah.
Yeah, because we have it's just a 4K with 1 card in hand, so not terrible. We're going to get the reduction on another copy of Mars, so that does get rid of the Karasu here. Yep. And our board is empty, blocker up 1 life, and this is really tough for Betty here.
Yeah, because even with your, let's say you top deck the Roger right now on your 10 Dawn turn and you go for it, like you can't actually go for it because you can just block. You can still block because neither player's at 0 life yet. Which is one of the outs of this deck is to just go fast, drop him to 0 at the very least, and then at least Roger's a perpetual out.
Yeah.
But Tipo's done a good job playing around that. 2 cards in hand, 2 Dawn up. So, could be 0K counter in hand, could be 8K. Can't know.
Yeah. And within that 1 life, right, it makes Roger a little bit less good, but it looks like we're just going to go a number large enough to facilitate a block. We got 3 Dawn left open. We can have, like, the counter event as well, potentially. But now I think we just have to be like, well, if they want to hit me, they have to hit me. But at the same point, Tipo will be going to 10 Dawn, and now there's, if 1 blocker is already rough, 2 blockers is going to be really rough.
Tipo thinking hard about this one.
Yeah, and just thinking on what we want to do with the 3, right? Because it's still David's turn, right? Tipo's just waiting to see if it's his turn yet. All right, and just going to pass back. Oh, no, asking for cards and trash. I think Tipo also is kind enough to say that, yeah, I think we've got 1 of each. I think we're likely missing 1, but luckily you can use your leader effect or just the 10 drop 5 outers effect to bounce one back anyways. So we'll see from there.
Yeah, David not being able to drop him to 0 on this turn really puts that Roger behind. So even if no matter what turn you drop it from now on, it's really tough if you can't drop yourself to 0. And Tipo's obviously going to play around that, knowing like.
Yeah, the other thing is that with the Mary Joie stage, it does mean that you aren't. It's not going to be as easy to leave up Dawn for your events either, right? Like we were able to survive at 1 life, but it does come off of the trade-off that our 10 Dawn play is not as good as it could be.
Yeah, and we're seeing the David pass. He was thinking about just dropping some bodies just to have them on field, but then thinking to himself, you know what? If he has Elders, it's just not going to be great.
Yeah. And we're going to give him a hit. There's no trigger off the life there. And even if there was, it would mean that, you could use something like Mars just to get rid of the body anyways. So it's just kind of this weird situation where I wanted to get a card. I've been wanting to hit my life the entire game, and now that you're doing it, I'm not liking it.
Yep. And there's no Hell's Judgment to worry about, so there's no way for you to lose your ability to play your 5 Elders this turn.
Yeah. And thinking about going from 3 to 2, we've got 3 cards in hand, 3 Dawn open. Again, if we have the Hormone Attack event, that does mean you can play a body off of our out of our hand. The issue is that, like, best case, I think we'll have 3 bodies on the board, and with 2 blockers out, it's going to be, again, tough to interact with.
You start thinking, what are the chances that maybe Tipo will misplay, swing the Nistro into life, you know, and then he'll be able to use the energy hormone to play out a body afterwards so it won't be KOable. But then odds are, once you've done your activation, you're not going to want to swing because you don't want to attempt a trigger. So I think David's trying to like run his chances.
And you're inside event number 1 for 32 players.
Yeah, Tipo playing with that 10 Dawn, knowing, wow, this is a great feeling. Got 10 Dawn, the board is empty, this is a pretty good space.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess the consideration is, if I play my 10 Dawn play, do I get in trouble? And maybe like the other thing, I haven't checked the hand since the oh, okay, yeah. Finally taking it, yeah.
No trigger.
Yeah, using the effect, discarding a 1-cost event because, again, we're not going to have Dawn for that for a while. Play out our 5 bodies.
Searching.
Able to get one of each of the alt arts. Real nice.
I think any 1K, any 2K is good there, but we're seeing the 2K.
2K, yeah.
Nice. You love to see it. Yep. Decides not to swing just in case there is another trigger or something comes out of hand from that event.
Yeah, but at this point, like, we're in such a good position, right? Like, even if they play Goldie Roger, they're not at the low enough life total. They can just get the double block and not have to worry about it. You can just pressure the Roger if they attack with it next turn, too, because you can very easily make an 11K and then maybe get some more interaction from there. So it's just, you know, David had a window to be able to get your pressure in. And I think he applied a lot of good pressure, but that window is now closed.
Yep. And really going to show kind of like what makes Tipo this like high-level competitor and what made him so good at Blackbeard, which is you're used to people putting pressure on your life and you know, putting down a lot of attacks onto you. And really it's about how good are you at not breaking a sweat, not like kind of, you know, crumbling under the pressure and countering it correctly. You know, each counter thinking about, okay, do I need this card? Do I not need this card? Like, how many attacks are more coming? How do I make sure I'm as efficient as possible?
Yeah.
And Tipo just doing a great job with that, getting to this point, because that's the hard part is, like, Betty definitely puts in all this pressure, but it's your job to get to this point where you're stable.
Yeah, and I mean, this situation also like makes the difference between good and great Betty players in my mind too. Like, not to oversimplify, but anyone can Karasu off of Emporio and do well, right? It's these points where if you don't see your best combo, what is your backup plan? How do you navigate it? I think David's done a really good job. He's a little bit short of power right now, but it doesn't mean that he's out.
Yeah. And this is a tough spot because, yeah, Emu is just, this is so much damage. Even though you have just started to play your first aggressive turn of the game, you already have probably enough damage to go for game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and that's like the biggest issue I think with this deck. Is like, yeah, not only do you get all this defense that's hard to interact with, but if you don't interact with it at all, you just have so many 7Ks just hitting you, if not bigger.
Yep. When in doubt, 5 to lead. 2K comes out.
All right, not even blocking, just in case there's something bigger. We do have the 5-cost Emporio. Looks top 3 for Revolution Army. Oh man, unfortunate here.
Only playable is the event, or sorry, the Searcher.
The 1-cost, yeah.
Obviously, if you saw Inazuma there, it might help you just to clear a blocker because you swing in. But
yeah,
no.
Yeah. And looking top 5 on what you want to draw now. I mean, you can get like another Emporio 5-cost. We have the Kuma, which doesn't do much here, but will add to hand.
Yep. Probably he said Kuma, and then like T-Bot would be like, wait, show me which one?
Yeah.
There's more than one.
All right, for 3, we're playing another Karasu blocker here. We're going to leave 2 open, and we're going to pass it back. So right now, all the cards on Tipo's side have the, assuming they have enough cards in trash, which I think is a safe assumption, are 7K bodies. So I think we're just going to go down the line, and then we can just refresh our board right afterwards again.
7 at lead, demanding the event, the blocker, or the life, or 2 cards. David gives up the 2 cards. Immediately trashing that Saturn just to get a draw, knowing that if you're going to refresh, it's going to be gone anyway, and a sideways body is not that helpful for you, especially because you probably have lethal next turn, even without it. Even if, you know, let's say David survives, you still have lethal next turn, even without it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so much pressure. We're going to do another 7K here.
Yep, swinging with the blocker, so it's kind of a telegraph of you probably have a way to refresh the board another time, so you don't need any of these units to stay.
Yeah, another 2K, 1K when we have 2 cards in hand is a tough ask. Looking at maybe getting a trigger off of life. Another Karasu I think would be good. Could prevent another attack going in.
Yeah, he's thinking on the trigger, thinking carefully. I wonder if Tifo is not going for lethal outright. Well, I think he still could, even if it's a blocker here or something else happens. But if he isn't, then I guess he would stop here after this attack.
Yeah.
But it's bold to swing the blocker first. Also surprised he didn't use the War Curry blocker on the 5K swing last turn just to get the +1 card.
Yeah.
So could be that we're not seeing something that Tifo's planning, or could be that his confidence that he has the lethal. It's hard to tell.
All right, and we're looking at doing another thing. Like the line is a little tough. I know like you're pretty far ahead, but you want to make sure that you're not following into anything, right? Betty's also just not a typical deck that you're playing right now, so you do feel like you kind of have to play around things. All right, now we're just attaching Dawn.
We're just going for it.
We're just like, all right.
Is there a Beige? Is there a... All right.
All right, we've got... I think the numbers are 7, and then I think, just all of our Dawn here. Yeah. Nothing to do about it.
And that's game.
There is the game here. So yeah, they did have the Hormone attack, but nothing to play off of it. Unfortunately, did not leave a Dawn open for it. Could potentially have given like the -2 something with the Koala. We did have the Goldie Roger in hand as well. Yep. So I think David did a good job at playing to the outs of what he had. Yep. Might have used one too many Dawn in that previous turn, but that Koala being able to get that extra like -3 can be devastating for sure.
Considering the role in his searchers, didn't see that certain things at certain times, pivoted very, very well, and I think he still played to his outs. Like, I think there's a world where Tifo forgets about that 3-cost event and actually does swing the Nustro, and that would have been very good for David.
Yeah, 100%. So that's the end of round number 5 for us. We did have Emu beating Betty. We did have still a good amount of variety, I think, left for this. We should have 4 rounds left, so I think we should have 16 players left undefeated going into that round, if I remember correctly. So we have at least one Emu. I'm going to guess there's going to be a Zoro and Ace as well. We saw some, blue Doflamingo going into this round undefeated too, so if they end up winning, I'd love to get that on stream as well. And that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah. Cool. It looks like, to keep you guys in the meantime, we have another quiz that we'll show you guys. So follow along, see if you can get the questions right. Make sure to make some hard ones in there, here and there.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned. Don't miss the next rounds.
Yeah, see you guys in round 6.
I'm going to break this.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. What is your name?
My name's Tyler.
Nice to meet you, Tyler.
Nice to meet you.
Are you playing in side events today?
Yes, I'm going to, yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to be playing?
I will probably be playing Boa. That is my
blue?
Yeah, it's my only deck.
Only deck?
Yeah, I've never played. Okay, well, I've tested out other decks. None seem as fun.
Right.
And Boa upper echelon, so.
Okay, then what matches are you not looking forward to?
Emu, Roger, Ace. Let's just throw Zoro in there.
Zoro? I don't want to talk about Zoro. I cannot beat him for the life of me.
I know, it's so
also,
unga.
Crayons. Eat crayons. Eat them.
I mean, have you tried them? They're kind of tasty.
Kind of sweet, kind of sometimes savory.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to answer some questions about One Piece?
Yes.
Okay. Are you ready? Would you like a hard one or an easy one for first?
Well, I don't want to embarrass myself, so let's go hard.
Hard? Okay.
Because if I miss an easy one, I think I'm pretty okay with the anime lore, but
it's also the TCG, so
that's the problem.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a nice hard one. Okay.
All right.
Name a card that needed a new version printed due to the incorrect text from OP05.
OP05.
dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
The
It's
new
okay.
Ace?
No, okay, it's from okay. The
OP13?
character is from Dressrosa.
Dressrosa Misimprint. And
He's very big.
very big.
His voice is very high pitched.
Pika?
Yes.
Oh.
It's Pika. Yeah. Okay. Let's do. What do the following characters have in common? Magellan, Rayleigh, Zoro, Kuza, and Jarba. Jabba. Jabba. Again, I can read.
I'm trying to think of. Hold on. What was the first one again?
Magellan.
And he's okay. That's minus Dawn, and then you said Rayleigh,
Zoro.
Kuza,
And
Kuzan.
Kuza.
Is it?
Think of their faces and what's on their faces.
Oh, do they?
It's more so like this is more anime, I guess, or character question, not the TCG. There's
Did
something.
they have glasses? No.
Oh, there's something on their face that they cannot remove.
Oh, is it the scars?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
See, that was a bit of a hard one.
That was-
Okay. Do you want another hard one?
Yeah, let's finish it off. Come
Okay.
on. Come on.
What cards or card from OP6 are banned?
From OP06. Banned. Now I'm looking beyond the camera.
It starts with an R.
That's sloppy.
It's a lot.
Starts with 6.
Breathe.
Let's say.
It's one word.
That's great.
I wish we could see what's behind the camera right now because
It was a great hint.
breathe.
I'm gonna say Blackbeard. I don't know.
That was Blackbeard to you?
Yeah.
Reject.
Oh, that was.
Reject.
No, that's OPF5. Said OPS6.
I lied. It is not reject. What is it?
Reject is better.
Geckomoria.
Oh, with the horn.
Don't make questions when you are half asleep. Just saying. Don't do that.
And
Okay,
don't get it.
I'll give you a really easy one. Now.
Okay, yes.
Okay, and it's
All right,
about
all right.
the best character all of One Piece. It's about 2020 Chopper.
Okay.
When is 2020 Chopper's birthday?
Oh, it's Christmas. December 25th.
Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve.
I'm a fake fan. It's been real pleasure.
One question.
What is a bow? Yeah, ask me a bowl question.
He's racking his brain. He's using every cog.
What is okay? Well, it's not really a BOA question.
Okay.
Who is the next in line to be Amazon Lily's Empress?
I have no clue. I have no idea. Who is it?
Marguerite. The one that first finds
Yeah.
Luffy.
Oh, she's
Or-
so cute though.
what was
The
first
fawn one, right?
No, yep.
I did not.
Walker. And then
Did they say that in the anime?
oh, you all played.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Or was it
It might
manga?
be in the SBS.
It might be the SBS. I can't remember where I found that knowledge. It's been knowledge.
Oh, I like that. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good luck playing today, and I hope you get some good prizes.
Appreciated. Hopefully, I get that manga.
I hope you get that manga too. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh.
Oh, I was gonna get your mic.
No, it's mine now.
All right, we're back with round number 6 of the 401 Games Toronto Regionals here in Toronto. We're over halfway through this event. We do expect the full 9 rounds since we have 5-12 players today. And what do we have for our next match?
We got a blast from the past.
Yes.
We've got the leader used to terrify a certain meta, but we've got Doflamingo.
Yes.
Once again, needing to clarify the color.
The blue one, yes.
Blue Doflamingo. So even ahead of OP13, we already have some Doflamingo showing its stuff.
Yeah. And if you would have asked us a year ago that, is the Doflamingo 5-0? Of course it is, right? It was really great into the OP09 format, probably one of, if not the best decks right now. It's been a year. You got like a bit of a rotation of like some of the cards you can use with Jinbei no longer being with us, but we do have, just another deck where, since there's this kind of niche of where the aggro and mid-range can be really impactful, it's really good. And, seemingly successful against Emu and Ace so far today. Yeah,
so no, this player's been very proud of his performance so far and was very excited to be on stream. So I'm really excited to see how it pilots. I have never seen this matchup, so I would love to find out how it goes.
For sure, and so like we saw with Betty, people are trying to find ways to beat Emu. Dofi might be the way. That's going to be our next match, and we're just going to jump on into it. It's going to be, again, Emu versus the blue OP01 Doflamingo.
All right, I believe Emu has decided to go second, so even though Emu has won dice roll, Emu has chosen actively to go second, probably because the power of the stage going second is just so great. That 10 Dawn turn is so good. But, at the very least, if you're Dofi, you're thinking to yourself, well, this is my turn order that I want. But no Perona opened on 1 is definitely not amazing, unless maybe this list is very different.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell me a lot of different ways you could build this, and I would believe you. We still have the Marshall Teach 2-drop that you could use on this next turn to be able to play out a card off the top of your deck. And, there is some removal from this Emu, but not a lot. We do instead get double searches, and, man, the fact that we're going to be at 6 cards in our trash on turn 1 is insane. Yeah, David opting to grab that Marcus Mars on the first search, and now thinking about whether to grab 5 Elders or one of the 2 Nustros. Already having 1 KO piece that's going to be active on your 6th Dawn turn is already great. Now having the choice between the Rusher or trying to bolster your late game, we don't see a 5 Elder in hand, so I think David picks that. Yeah, but there's, two 1Ks into the trash, but it's one that we're okay to recycle into there later, and, likely going to be the pass back to Ankar. Yeah, David's still getting to use leader ability too, so he can pitch a card and draw one. So he pitches the Shirahoshi and draws a card, knowing that the Shirahoshi doesn't really get to stick in these matchups and probably won't be as relevant. And he doesn't quite need the 2Ks because he can get out of... The events are more useful in this situation because of the 7K swings and 8K swings. Yeah, and so we do have the 2-drop Marshall to teach, so being able to put a card to the top, look at the top, wow, surprise how that Edward Weave will get there. And 7K to lead with a 6K body, draw 1 afterwards. Yep. 4-6, draw a card. We used to think that was busted, and we've learned since then, but yeah,
still
I mean,
great.
4-drop 5K draw a card still been incredibly strong for Emu too, but this will be good for being able to get some pressure down. And honestly, I don't think David has a great way to get rid of Marshall to teach, so being able to get like another body on board every turn will probably outpace the removal that David's featuring for this. Yeah, that 1-3-5 Dawn turn is probably really key to getting, immediately counter out. You want this body on board so you can keep getting these 2 additional swings. You want to drop them to 1 if possible next turn. Ooh. All 3 Dawn gets spent on dropping the Saturn. Yep, so looking top 5 for our Elder card, or it's just really any, I always forget, this is just any marriage, or any 5 Elder type card. There are some like Celestial Dragon Searchers as well, but looking for, it looks like a Workery there. Yep. And luckily, because you have enough cards in trash, you don't have to worry about any bounce laws, bouncing enemies back to hand, because you've developed a trash enough that, they're unremovable. But this is a little sketchy. I mean, leaving up 0 Dawn, passing back to a Dofi that has 5 Dawn and also Weevil in play, you're potentially open to just having, 2 7K swings go into you. Yeah, and on top of that, so we're going to be able to potentially play Pudding, which is nasty. They've spent this entire game crafting their hand. They had 3 Searchers, and just to be like, all right, cool, put those back. Let's see if those help you out. So not only that, but again, as you mentioned, 2 7K attacks afterwards is going to be pretty nasty. And David's probably dropping down to 2, maybe 1 life now. Yep. And people say yes, the Pudding losing the cards is is rough, but
on top of that, it's the disruption. It's like my stack is different, my searches are gone. Like I have no idea what I'll get back, so I could get this. I could get a terrible hand. Like if you've ever mulliganed into a bad hand, basically putting is just causing it to happen.
Yep, and in my apologies, it's going to be a 6K attack, and then we're going to use the Martial Teach and Leader ability to do a 7K attack, going down to 2. Yeah, and that's going to be at 7K, and off the top we have, a Jimbei. So this is from PRBO2. It's a little bit of a less good one than the one we lost, but being able to still search top 5, essentially still get a draw, means it's not too terrible.
Yeah, and like just getting this +1 on all these situations, getting these additional cards in hand means that you can counter out of your board pretty easily. David can't quite address the board because he's only got his Leader Swing and his and the Saturn, and obviously Marcus Mars only clears one of these bodies, so at the very least, Ankar's going to be able to get at least one of these things to swing. But yeah, Jimbei just drawing the card. Secondary effect of it being able to bot deck things, probably not too relevant. Because there's no Shirahoshi or Shaolria in play.
Yeah, everything else has protection. Oh, going down to 1 is brutal.
All right, we're seeing a similar kind of gameplay out to last time where we have a highly aggressive deck and we see whether or not the Emu can stabilize.
Now, I still think that there is a chance for it. One, if they end up having a Mars, that would be a great way to get rid of the Weevil. You're still probably going to be able to pressure the Jimbei pretty easily here too, so it's not out of the realm of possibility to stabilize, but it's just a great start from Ankar. I can't really imagine a better start.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm really starting to think like Dave probably hasn't practiced this matchup because it's not.
I haven't practiced this matchup, right? I'm still like, all right, what cards are in here again? What options do we have? And the answers are just a lot of pressure and a lot of disruption.
Yeah. So I really do wonder if the going for the Weevil feels like it might have been just like it not having that Dawn for event. I'm not sure if David has an event, so maybe that's why he decided to go for it.
Yeah.
But the decisions might have also been David might have needed to use 1-cost stage instead. Like whether you use that or not is such a tricky decision, you know?
And we do have the 4-cost law. This time last year, probably the scourge of the format, right? And now just a 1K. Not a lot of cards left for Ankar though, so that does start to trickle down. We do have a 2K to get out of this. I mean, if we keep these bodies on board, it's going to be really tough for David to just not go down to 0 life next turn. Another Searcher.
Yeah, and this pudding is going to be able to attack.
It is,
We're getting to the point where this pudding is actually going to start doing some work.
All right, looking at the top 3, we have Never Existed. It's either like a blocker. It's really just a great choice, right? Either the 4K, the blocker, or the 2K, right? And deciding to get the It Never Existed to help us get out of a larger attack.
Now let's see what gets dropped down. I think it's going to be Marcus. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be the Marcus. It's going to offer a card discard to be able to get rid of likely the Weevil, right?
Yeah. I think, stage gets pitched. Says, I don't think this is going to be relevant. Let's KO that.
Yeah, and I have no idea about this. I can be, just talking smoke. But this definitely could be a matchup where you kind of regret not using that stage instead of the throne, right? So, Mary Joie was pretty successful, I think, in the previous matchup we saw with Betty against a more aggressive deck. And that's kind of where this Dofi's been leaning this entire game so far.
Yeah. It's definitely easy to forget the kind of aggression that can come out of like older decks like this. One of the great things about rogue decks. Never thought I'd say that about Dofi, but yeah.
Yeah.
About rogue decks.
I understand why you say I wouldn't chastise for you, but I know there's certain people on the internet who would. So
Oh yeah. Shout out Dofi players.
Dofi's always been good.
Dofi never dies. It's true.
It's true. All right, we're at our 7 Dawn turn. Again, we have a lot of power for aggression. The fact that we have 2 Dawn open for David means that defenses are there with the blocker as well. We could be, middle of the road where we don't offer a lot of ways for them to attack into us, but this is really the turning point. If Ankar is able to put them down to 0 life, they're going to have to be terrified for the rest of the game, right? Doflamingo has access to Femur, which lets you just get unblockable for your leader, and Femur with the Teach on your board is just insane. It's like, 16 or 17k unblockable if you do that? So even with your Never Existed, that's a lot to get out of.
Yeah, you would need 3 copies of it, plus 1 more counter, 1k more. Yeah, I mean, Alcatraz been thinking this one. I think you have so many options here because, like, I think to what your point is, you could also choose to just like develop 2 bodies standing, and just swing kind of like 7K.
Yeah.
And just leave everything standing and just pass back, because knowing that David can only clear basically just one body a turn by KO effects, that without swings, it's hard to clear the board.
Yeah, and so like this could be a spot where it looks like we're just going to go 6K to start us off. I think we do have a 1-drop Perona in hand, and using that to not only help us use our leader ability, but to maybe try to find the card that we need. Again, I think Femur needs to be seen sometime during this match.
Yep.
So to help you get there would be good.
Yeah. And even if you don't have the Femur, like even just like playing and swinging in a way that you can pressure the Femur means that David has to make a choice of, okay, am I going to play around this? And like you can cause kind of the effects of Femur even without having it. But
yeah,
he's swinging. I think, I'm not sure if this is why he's swinging 6, but you know, knowing that he just refreshed David's hand, it's hard to filter. And Emu does only have, I think, usually 10 2Ks. They don't run on the 12 side. Sometimes they've been subtracting some. Seeing that there's a few in trash already, just being like, you know what, let's just try some 6s. But nope, 5 coming in through next. Seeing David just shake his head a little bit, just, ugh.
Yeah, and we can really afford to just have them have to, you know, 1 card at a time, get out of these, right? We are kind of in this war of attrition where we still have all of our life, but I think Dofi's kind of ran out of cards itself, so we have to be careful. Teach does kind of come at the cost of like having to mildly discard 1 every turn, right? So we do have to be careful about the amount of pressure. But yeah, again, 5 to 5 and deciding on blocking, getting out of it, or taking it.
Yeah, and for David, he's looking at all these 4 cards, and he's like, there's nothing you really want to give up, but he gives up the 2K. All that's left is events in hand now, so even a 5K swing is probably going to ask for that event.
Yeah, we got the Gecko Moria 4 cost, so this is actually going to be super great. It's going to be letting us get the Weevil back. We're going to use the Teach effect. We're going to go for 7K here, and we're going to use the effect to draw 1, and 1 more 7K attack. Looks like we do have some Dawn for some defensive events too, but again, a very wide board from Onkar.
Yeah. We can counter out using the event. So do try to think of just how he does it.
Yeah, right now it is 7K to 5K. And, you know, it looks like there's like Word of Equilibrium. There could be a thought of like, oh, I can use it to get out of this attack, or I can use it to remove something next turn. But you know, that the Weevil itself is pretty nasty with it being 6K. It's tough outside of a Venus Juro to help us remove it.
8 Dawn turns. David definitely feeling the pressure, feeling like, wow, I feel like I should have been 1 turn ahead by now at 10 Dawn, but nope, you're playing against Dofi.
Yeah, I'm like, am I sure I'm not at 10 Dawn? I feel like my hand size is where I'm at usually at 10 Dawn, so this is tough.
Yeah, David's got to think about this one. I mean, you've got 3 swings. You probably don't want to swing the blocker here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you might actually argue that, okay, you know what? Either way, I'm actually stopping this swing. I'm either stopping a swing because I swung into it or because I'm blocking. I'd rather just clear the body. But the 6K is very tough to clear. And I don't think you really are in a position where you can safely drop Jupiter if you have it, because I think that's a little risky to give up the 2K from hand.
I think it kind of has to be Mars,
yeah. And then I think you just hope that there's no 2K, 1K in hand, and you're able to clear everything.
Yep. Yeah, because I mean, we have 1 life. I think it's you're clearing 2 cards for sure, and then if you're feeling lucky about it, maybe a 3rd card with a Weevil, but you're going to have to face at least 3 big attacks next turn to, you know, try to go for game. It looks like it's going to be a 7K to the Jimbei.
Yep, asking for the 2 cards up front right now.
Yep, and agrees to it, takes it off the board there.
Okay, David feels pretty good about that. Probably, okay, I got 1 thing off the board for 2 Dawn. That's probably as good as good I could ask for right now. Now it's about getting this. Yep, get a good pitch there just to like draw a card. Now he has to think about, okay, 2 more things to clear. The Marcus Mars can clear 1, but it'll cost me a card. And maybe the swing clears the other.
Yeah, because you can do 6 into pudding feels pretty good. They're likely going to get the removal for that, even though it's not the biggest attacker next turn. One less attack is nice when I think you got like, what, 3 or 4 cards in hand for David right now?
Yep. I wonder here whether or not it was correct for David not to trash the Saturn to get the draw instead of getting the cycle in hand. Just because, whether or not Saturn lives, not too relevant this turn.
Yeah, and then like next turn, it means like 1 less attack next turn potentially, but it does mean you do get to you get the attack. But going to 1 card in hand, or sorry, 2 cards in hand, we know one of them based off an earlier search. They have 2 blockers up, and we've got 3 attackers potentially with the Teach, with a couple Dawn for it, but this is going to be kind of tricky.
Yeah. I feel like there's a very big argument here to just go like 5s.
Yeah.
Just go 5s. Try to see if you can drop him to 0. If you can, then you're just waiting on the femur lottery.
And we're just going to use the Perona here to look to top 5. One thing about this deck too is that like you do put a lot of bodies on boards, and there are times where it doesn't matter how big the bodies are as long as they can attack. Before OP12, we didn't really have a really good blue rush attacker. Monkey D. Luffy could be one of the cards we play in this deck too, as a really good 8-drop.
Very interesting pudding stack here. We see a Weevil on there, we see the Femur, and we see a 2K and another Teach. So we see actually the array of cards we need. Like we want the draw, and we want the Femur.
Yeah.
I think Ankar's trying to figure out when he wants the Femur. If he wants it available to him right now on this turn, or does he want access to it as his top deck for the following turn?
Yeah, because you can, the kind of trade-off is that, David can use the 10-drop play if he wants to. It just means he's going down to, they're going to have to use a lot of their Dawn, but they're going to have more Dawn up next turn, right? So, because it's technically only cost 4.
Yep. I mean, I think if Ankar can get the read on this, he's got 3 swings right now, and even if David plays the 5 Elders, he has to give up a card from hand to do so. So I think it'll be pretty hard. Like I think he's just trying to figure out how to make this as guaranteed as possible. And yeah, he's seeing it. 6K to lead with the Teach, just to like, he doesn't have to just make a decision right now. He can decide. Yeah.
And I think the other decision too is that like even if you don't put anything off the top, it might be nice just to use Teach's effect to be able to just add 1 more Dawn to make the attack a little bit bigger. You can also put the Dawn on Gecko Moria, and yeah, this 6K is going to be, obviously David's now in stun lock again, right? It's just like, man, I've got 2 blockers, 2 Dawn open, and yeah, that's going to get rid of one of my Mars. All right, and I think OnCards has the read that, all right, I don't think they have a 2K in hand. If I was to guess, it's the 4K event that I know that they have, and also the probably a 5 Elders, right?
Yeah. Because if you don't have an Elders in hand, I think you would lose. Like, you probably would lose from that point.
Correct.
Ankar's probably just doing what he's been doing probably most of today on this deck, being, okay, I know when I get to like this happy path, when I'm in the path that I want, let's just not mess it up. And he uses just leader ability. Yep.
We're going to use the 7 here, and I love this sequencing because it means that you are able to now use the Marshall D. Teach effect to now just put a card to the top of your deck. You're not going to be able to play it, but you will be able to attach 2 Dawn to Gecko Moria and then have a big 9K attack if you feel that's relevant.
Yeah. You can see Ankar making eye contact. He's looking across the table just like a poker player. When you are playing an aggressive deck, watching how your opponent reacts to your swing is very key.
Yeah.
Seeing, are they panicking? Do they feel like they don't have the counter? And he's paying attention. He's like, okay, you gave me the block. Okay, next. What am I going to do?
Yeah, and with this, I'd be really tempted to use Marshall D. Teach's effect, but it looks like we're not. And they are just going to get out of there. Yeah, the 9K would have been, I think, almost checkmate. Because now there's going to be a lot of backlash on the other side, and them staying at 1 is a bit intimidating.
So from here, Dave's got planned out his turn. He just drew a Nustro off the top of the deck, so he's got access to 2 cards exactly, no events to counter with. He'll be able to play his 5 Elders and pop it this turn too, but he will not end the turn with a ton of cards in hand. He'll lose the 1, and then he'll draw 1 more. He can draw 1 right now by trashing the Saturn after swinging with it. So he'll be, I think, at 2 cards by the end of the turn. Yeah. He'll end the card with 2 cards. And a full board, though, which is nothing to laugh at. And
yeah, with 2 blockers, right? And it's to the point where, like, man, you're just going to... You know, David's going to have to go through it, but I think he should be able to clear probably this entire board, right?
Yeah. He just has to think about how much Dawn to put in, because he doesn't have access to the Jupiter right now on terms of like on his existing board. So.
Oh,
yeah.
we don't have 5 Elders? No, we can't.
No.
Sorry,
He doesn't have it in play.
I'm so used to the last game where it was Mary Chua. All right, no, we can still play it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're seeing the 7 go across, likely to the Gecko first, trying to get it out of the way.
Yep.
I think Anker has the counter for it. He's trying to think about whether or not countering it ends the game. How many swings does David have? Still has Leader String, and Nostro, and also a KO effect, so he can actually remove 3 things still.
All right, it's going to be a 2K1. We're going to save it.
Yeah. This is kind of rough because I think he needs another 2-1 because the Emu can still clear the Teach by swinging into it.
Yeah.
Nostro can go into the 6K, I think, and then the Marcus Mars will clear the other.
All right, should have 8 open right now.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if that counter was correct, just because you're going to lose, like, I think all 3 of these sideways bodies regardless.
Yeah.
But
I mean, when there's down to so many cards, right, like you can maybe hope that they don't have the 5 Elders, right? I mean, it's unlikely, but when they're down to 2 and it had to be specifically 5 Elders and it never existed, it feels a little bit better, but we're going to start off with the Saturn Search looking top 5.
Nope, not seeing an event. We're seeing Elders, a Searcher, and 5 Elders.
Yeah.
So at most, really a 1K or 2K?
Yeah, but then you can get a draw off the Workery, which can give you something too, so that does help.
Yeah. Giving up a card here to Marcus Mars to get the KO, to do the full clear, is a little annoying here. Just because you'll definitely be down some cards.
Yeah.
And at 5 life, you run the risk of if Anker wants to take the gambit of I'm gonna Femur right now, and then I have another Femur in life probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the decision for it too. It's going to be a tough decision for it. And the other thing again, like when they just have so many bodies. Yeah, I'm just saying 5 Elders, it does nothing for me this turn, but it can help me cement the turn next turn. I think that's a good call from David, but it's tough when, that is half your hand right now, that 5 Elders.
He's taking it. He's taking the 5 Elders, saying, I think there's another turn after this.
Oh, we are going to play, use the effect on the Shirahoshi. So, all right, we have perfect knowledge of cards in their hand, which is great.
Yep. A singular brick, so.
Yeah. They have 2 more attacks left. They've got the, a 7K off the Venus Juro there, and then a 7K into a 3K, which is guaranteed to be enough there. So, I mean, if we have like 8-drop Rush Luffy, that can help us here. There's a chance that Perona 5K can be enough. Looks like we're going to play the Sengoku, which we knew was there. We get another one.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind this. Looks like we're going to get the Buggy. I kind of would have liked the Boa just because Boa can rearrange the top Buggies and put it to the bottom. Buggy, you have to keep it on the top there, right?
Yeah. Maybe Anker's just trying to say, if I just put up a bunch of 1-drops, I can also win. If I just have a bunch of 1-drop bodies, I can just swing 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 and win on the next turn.
Yeah.
Just because it's easier to develop than the Boa, but like it could be one thought. Who knows? We know I think the Femur at this point is in hand because it was drawn off of the Weevil earlier. Because off that stack we didn't see it, so it was probably the draw off the Weevil.
Yeah, I mean, there's also like the consideration where, we could do Femur right now, and then we'd be, unblockable. We'd have to be worried about, 7 attacks next turn, 5 from on board and stuff. Or it looks like we're going to use the Croc to add the, Sengoku back to hand. We're going to play it again. Look top 5 once more for a Femur.
Yep.
Think we see it, so that is good. And we're going to play it for 2, get the plus 2K. Yeah. And use the effect there. And it's going to be unblockable. So going to have to take this.
Yep.
And pass from there, and we'll have to see if David's able to hit them from 5-0 and win this game.
Kind of funny not going for the blind fire just because you know that there's only 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's like no difference here because you have the last femur in hand. There's no putting on David's side to get rid of your femur, so you still have it.
Yeah, but this is going to be a bit of a knowledge check from David on what could be on that other side. Again, the issue is that you have all these attacks. You can do 7 attacks this turn, right?
Yep.
You have the 5 that are on board. You have your leader attack, which is 6, and then you can still 5 Elders for 6 Dawn to essentially establish another 7K attack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe that's what's going through Ankar's mind. It's like, I actually need a 2K, 1K in hand because I need to basically live if a 7K comes across.
Yeah, and just thinking here, so what are the numbers that make sense, right? We have 2 cards in hand. I think one of the cards is a femur, which I don't think is known because we searched one and played one, but I think we got one from an earlier search.
Yeah.
So
51K
kind of want to go
stacks.
7K, right? But it will be tough. Yeah, it really just depends on what cards are left in on-card's life.
Yeah, so perfectly even swings would be 51 divided by 6 swings. So
and I'm gonna guess the leader's 6K right now as well.
Yeah. I would assume that is the case.
And yeah,
that's
so
pretty close. Yeah.
Assuming 4 Dawn's gonna be used for the X attack, so we have 6 Dawn. I think we can go 6 and then 4 8s, or 5. Sorry, 6 8s. Maybe you can go 6 and then 7, and then we're just gonna go quick 7, taking it.
Yeah. If you do perfect math, I think the average would be 8.5. So any swing that's not at 8.5 is just an additional number you can give something else. So now with 7 committed.
All right. It's going to be another 7K. And if we have 2K1, we kind of want to get rid of it. All right, just taking. I think it was double 1. It might have been a bit of a bait there.
Yeah. So David can actually go 9s now, I think, with the remainder. So 9 9 he can go something like 9 9 9 10 maybe.
Yeah.
Or just keep tapping the 7 and see if you're lucky. Because if you hit one more 7, I think you actually have a good shot at it.
Yeah. So 7 into 5 right now.
Yeah. One of these swings, I think he's gonna have to counter out for sure. So if they're only gonna get taller, I think, from here.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that the Sengoku, the first one, didn't find the perfume. I think there's definitely was a chance that if we didn't have to use the crocodile, Perona would have been able to force an attack, which means they would have had to lose a card either from hand or lose a card off board. We also do have the, and then we would have had one more 2K in hand as well. Taking another 7 though.
Yeah. I'm starting to feel that maybe that not taking that blind fire might have actually been an influence in this game because that extra body on board or potentially extra card in hand could be pretty impactful if it's going to be this close.
Another 7. All right, this one I think we got a 2K1 out.
Yeah. You cannot risk them going, what was it, 6 plus 7, 13, 23, 11, 12.
Yeah, 11, 12 is... I mean, I guess you could, right? 12 would be... Oh, yeah, there's the 2-1.
Yeah. Stops the train there. Now you're still open to Nistro, though. Like, they could still extend the combat line by just playing Nistro for 3 instead of the Elder.
Yeah.
Is another way to do it.
Oh, that's true. If we do have it, yeah.
Yeah. Also, double Nistro is a line, too, if you have 9 Dawn, because you can go 3 Dawn to play it for that. Not probably... He probably doesn't have both in hand.
No.
But still, maybe it is there. Yeah, you can just never count Emu out just because of these 7K bodies.
And again, I think the only mistake that I see, potential mistake that I saw, is that Onkar could have pressed 9 on that previous turn and really put them in a bad spot. They're going to take the 8. And now we've got numbers for our next one. We're going to, for 3, play out our 5 Elders, discard, I guess, a Saturn. Again, Saturn can help us find another copy of Venus Churro as well.
And I believe, does one more Dawn need to be rested or no?
One more does need to be rested. Yeah.
Oh, no, it was stacked. It was stacked.
It was stacked, yeah.
It was stacked.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it was stacked. Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure, yeah. Yeah, because we only attached 1 onto the Mars. All right, so we've got 5 Dawn left. We've got a 6K leader and a 7K attacker. So we're deciding what we want to get.
Yeah. So if he keeps pressing here, it's 9-9. So not amazing numbers, but you could also just do a 7 check here again and just go for the taller swing after.
Yeah, we're just going to discard a 1, say get rid of that 5K.
Yeah. 2 cards
in hand. It's going to be 9, and then this last one's going to be a 9 as well.
Yeah, double 9s.
All right, can you get out of a 9?
1K.
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 1. No such luck.
4 perfect Zs. Perfect math. Good
just
game.
Just a 2K out, and Onkar so close for taking it, but David takes it with Emu.
Yep.
Oh, so tough. And yeah, I think he's mentioning that, yeah, I had to use the 2K to help find the perfume, right? I think there was a decision that you could have waited to go the next turn to search it as well, but yeah, I think Onkar played very well, very close game, and nearly took it.
I would love to see what the blind flip would have been on the top of his deck right now.
Yeah.
Had he done it.
And well, to the record, so just to confirm, Emu won it, right?
Yes,
because
Emu
it's 9K, right?
Yeah.
It was because I'm going to assume they had enough cards in trash there.
Yes,
I guess I haven't had that confirmed, but yeah, I believe Emu took it. We can double check.
Yeah, production will tell us if it's Emu.
Yeah.
But that's our feeling. Wow, intense nail biter of a match. Literally down to the 1K.
Yeah, it really was.
Literally
it was a 1K
1K
difference there. I think that both players played fantastic, right? And there, it's hard to say like, oh, all Emu did was block her up or whatever, but there's a lot of decision for it. That pudding was huge. It really put him like back a step and like, got him low hand size like 1 turn earlier than he was expecting, and just going to those 1 to 2 card scenarios really could have gone either way.
Yeah, and like.
And it was Emu who won, just to confirm. Yeah, we just got a confirmation.
The sketchy decision of grabbing that 5 Elder, like, you're potentially going to die here, but you're like, nope, I think I'm going to play, this is going to be the last card of my hand, and I will get to next turn.
For sure, yeah.
Definitely a sketchy decision, but definitely paid out, because without that additional rush, he can't get the lethal.
Yeah,
so
and that's always been the issue with, I think, Doflamingo, is that if you are able to keep their board clean, they do have a hard time, just getting a burst of attacks is kind of building up the board throughout the game. So that is, just still a problem with OP13, the same as OP09. But with that, I really think that we showed like why he's 5-1 right now, right? If those matches are close like that, is able to put that on much aggression. If you catch an Emu player who's unaware, especially of an unblockable leader 17K or something, you're going to lose those matchups, right?
Yep. And it does make me also wonder, like, what the favorite Throne Order. I'll ask Onkar later what his preferred Throne Order in that matchup is, but it might be second just because you can deny and you can still play the Teach and what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, but that was the end of round number 6. We will go to round 7, probably pretty close because I think that was kind of close to time as well. So I wouldn't expect this to be a very long break for us. We will have 8 players undefeated, so including 1 Emu. We'll try to see what the other 7 are. It might be some usual suspects, but we'll see if anything snuck into the undefeated going into round 7. But that's going to be it. We'll be right back, and we'll see you guys then.
Wait, I need my phone.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello.
What is your name?
My name is Jack.
Nice to meet you, Jack.
Nice to meet you.
Are you playing in the main event?
I am playing in the main event.
How are you doing so far?
I'm getting cooked in the main event.
Oh.
Rounds have been rough. I'm playing Roger today. And
yes. Represent.
Actually, I have some spicy tech thanks to David, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm running, I guess I could say, because I'm lost 2 already. I'm running 2 Conqueror Hockeys.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I found it's been really good in the Zoro matchup, just to kind of like survive a little bit more. Yes. But round 1, I faced a Ploofy. I got double Magellans, so I couldn't drop a 10 drop. Round 2, I lost the Roger Mirror. I saw 1 10 Shanks and he saw 3. Yeah, so I'm getting
That's
cooked.
rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. That you know what? You're doing your best. That's all you
I'm
can do.
trying
Are
so
you
hard.
having fun, though?
I'm having a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yeah,
as long as you're having fun,
Yeah.
that's the main point. It's the main point. Okay. Are you ready for some questions about One Piece?
I'm gonna do my best. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna start with something really hard. When did One Piece come out globally?
Like the anime?
The TCG.
Oh, the TCG was that 2022?
Yes. Do you know the month?
Oh,
Think of the anniversary set.
the anniversary sets are in November, December.
December. You did it. You did it. You did it. Okay. All right. How many starter decks are there?
Oh, there are. It's in the 20s. It's high 20s.
Yes.
Is there 26? 27? 28.
28.
First try. Oh yeah, you're right.
Hey, Yama.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should know
bro.
that. Whoops, my
Yama, bro. Okay. Name a character that have a sound loader but is not Monkey D. Luffy.
Oh, an L.
Yes.
And then we got Ace and Sabo on the way.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah. Trick question. Trick question. Okay. How many secret rares are there in OP09?
Ooh,
Or name the secret rares in OP09.
one of them's Luffy and Roger. It's just the two.
Yeah, you're so
That was the
good
set I
at
started
it.
playing.
Okay, there you go. Well, you're the best. You know everything.
I did
You know
my
everything.
best.
You know everything. Okay. All right. Now for the most important question.
Okay.
I like to ask about the best character in all of One Piece, which is 2020 Chopper.
Ooh, okay.
What color is his nose?
Is it brown? Is it pink?
No. No.
Is it black?
No.
Is it red?
No. You're just gonna keep getting the same colors.
Is it not?
No.
Is it? Oh, is it blue?
It's blue.
Ah, it's blue.
The fact that you
Why didn't you tell me that?
got that wrong. It's on your head.
Well, it's not on my nose.
Listen, disqualified. Get out of here.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
good
for having
luck,
me.
and hopefully you win some.
Thank you. I got one more round and then probably side events.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are back for round 7 of the 401 Games Toronto Regionals. We've got 8 players left undefeated today, so we've got 3 more rounds left. And approximately, what do we got left?
We've got, I believe, some aces, some emus, and one Zoro holding strong. Tabachoy of 401 locals.
Yes, so we're gonna see if they're gonna get into the top 4, but we're gonna go to, I would say, the finer of the format. We do have emu versus ace for our match here, and that's what we're gonna go to.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited to see this, even though I know it's not the one that we always want to see because we know it's going to be a big part of OP13.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of things we can at least talk about that express a lot of these 2 players' skill. David's back from last round. You saw him before. He played very, very well. He's going to do that again. And Roy, who is also a contender for a long time in Olympics.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is that, I mean, we have dodged this matchup, I think, so far, right? We've seen a lot of emu, a lot of ace, right? Can't really avoid that. But, this is really the definer of what you can do for this format. It is a little bit dice roller dependent. I think we got that ace is going to be going second, so that is a little bit more favored on the ace side. But I know a lot of people say that there are ways to come back from that turn 1 deficit that you get from losing the dice roll.
Yeah, I think there's many ways to play the lines on both sides. There's almost certain times where as ace, I actually like first because I feel like I've practice that line so much, and there's a lot of aggression you can put down, which I think is really great. But no, I'm so excited to talk about this because there's quite a bit to share about this.
Yeah, well then let's just jump on into it. It's going to be emu versus ace.
Both players apparently chose to mulligan with the emu going first, meaning they both didn't like their first hands. They're both looking for very specific pieces. They have an idea of what things they need to look for in order to make this matchup go.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about this matchup too is that look how little life is already on the board, right? We got 3 for ace, 4 for emu, right? So, what a weird deficit of life.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a quick game, right?
It's quick game.
Fast,
yeah,
right?
very, very, very quick. Yeah. Well, we've got the Goldie Roger on our first search, so now you got to be worried about that for the entirety of the game. Very nice of Janine to prove that for us, and then we got the ace after, it's not the ace, the Marco afterwards, so not too shabby of a start. David's going to start off here.
Yeah, no searcher on 1 and pitched a Jupiter, I believe, on his first to just draw, and then we're seeing another 2K get pitched to just draw. I think David's looking for certain pieces like searchers, but he's not quite finding. I don't see a search event either. I see another Nistro in hand. Yeah, seeing needing Nistro in hand. So just committing a 7 here, asking for 1 card from hand.
Yeah, and honestly, like half the reason that emu does feel so bad going first is your 3-Don play is not optimal, at least with this stage, right? So you don't really have a lot to play. Obviously, getting 1 turn farther away from your 10-drop play also hurts, but you feel like a little awkward for the first couple turns.
Yeah, we're seeing David take an interesting line here too. Not opting for the AK swing on the previous turn can be a bit of a punish because that AK swing when your opponent's leader is not dawned is actually the best time to put it in. But I think David wants to play slower because he doesn't have those pieces yet. He actually wants to slow the game down. Roy not abiding by that by playing this Marco, and then now we're seeing what David's doing about that.
Yeah, so a bit of a rough start, and I'd say for Janine a pretty standard start. But we've seen it from the previous game. David is not someone who, is going to be in a bad position and let that dictate how he plays. But man, not having any cards to play is real tough here.
Yeah, and Snap taking the 8K swing here, even with the non-attached, just saying, you know what, I think I'm in a really great spot. If you're swinging 8 twice and don't have a play, I think I'm just going to take it because I'm just going to run the game off cards.
Yeah, and, we 2K'd off the 6K there. We'll do another 2K, just ask for more and more. I mean, we could use some 1-drop events to get out of this too.
Yeah, and not committing the 1 Dawn to leader makes you feel like it's Jozu, double bounce, both searches to hand. Yep.
Yeah, very nice there. So honestly, you don't really care that much about the card advantage that much. Like, it's so much in your favor, especially tempo-wise now. You'd rather have more cards to defend, and this Jozu's really good here.
Yeah, David, it's very hard to come back from this position here. Like, yes, you can get the KO here, you can clear that Marco, but when you clear it, you're really just giving Roy the 2-card draw. And without your Hoshis and ways to kind of like create aggression here, like you want to see at least 1 or 2 bodies here so you can just like threaten Jupiter and try to like put pressure down. But without that being an option next turn, you're pretty far behind.
Yeah, and we're at, what, 7 Dawn. So if we do have a copy of Mars, it would be able to, I guess, get rid of the Marco. That feels terrible still. We can't get rid of the Jozu unless we want to play the World Equilibrium event, which is still meaning that we haven't played a battle or a character all game. So that's tough to say. that we're at 7 Dawn and we've only used leader effect, attached Dawn, and play events. But that might just be what David's reality is going to look like. And yeah, we are going to go 7 into the 6K Marco there.
Yep. Kind of the only thing you can swing at right now to get a card out of hand. Cool. Pitch is a, just so people know, Roy activate leader ability with the Garp to -2 to get out of the attack.
Yeah, and I like this this ordering too. It just means that, I think they're going to save it. Kind of guarantees taking the body off the board here and get value from it. They're obviously still going to be able to draw 2, but I think that's a good spot. And man, if we end up having like I am Whitebeard into the 10-drop Newgate, that's going to be a lot of pressure here.
Yep, immediately asking for cards in trash. I think we're always trying to get a read on what's in there right now. How bad is this 5 Elders going to be when it does eventually come out? How much pressure do I put down now? What Whitebeard should I play now versus which one should come later? Just getting a quick read. Just kind of like, what all good players do. Just always go out and be checking that trash.
Yeah, 100%. And we are going to look at what we're playing here. It looks like 7, so no I am Whitebeard into Newgate, so not the optimal, at least standard start for Janine here, but okay, we will get out of that with essentially a 2K, 1K. We're going to, for 1, play out the Ezo, so we're going to search at the top of our deck. We do have the I am Whitebeard event and the 9-drop Newgate, so assuming we're missing 1, we can find either one.
Yeah, this is one of the interesting turns where if you're not going to play the I am Whitebeard event, you're planning for a strong 10-Dawn turn, but do you have a great way to apply pressure with some double play here? I mean, if you have double Marco, that's obviously insane, but then I think... Oh, can't be searched. That one has a...
yeah.
Judge.
Judge. Oh, okay.
Oh.
The judge is walking back what the state can be.
Just 1 second.
I'm not sure what
All right,
those
Oh
bottom
yeah,
cards are
sorry.
for.
I think folks couldn't hear us for a second. Yeah, our mics got out for a bit. We were saying that basically, yes, the judges are resolving the situation around the Yamato. We caught it right away. We were able to say something about it. So this is recoverable because there are ways to kind of fix the hand and what's drawn by just randomizing it a bit. Yeah,
and then keeping the cards that we knew that was on the bottom still. So, and getting that search there. So that is how they decided to fix it.
Yep. Good thing it was caught early. Thank you to the judge staff and the production team for tracking that over there and making sure that got resolved.
Yeah, so we get 9-drop Newgate there. All right. And that was for the 1 for that ability. And we're going to play a Garp here, search top 5 once again.
All right, and now you can search this. Yep, this one will
now
be playable.
Now you can find that Yamato, yeah.
Oh yeah, and the Dawn is not attached because the Yamato was never played.
Oh,
first
correct,
yet,
yeah. All right, for 5, we'll be playing the Yamato, using the effect to get a draw 2. Can you believe that card just says draw 2? Every time I read it, I'm like, all right, draw 2, discard 1, right? No, it is a straight draw 2.
I try to jam that card into any blue deck I can. So I have friends that try to play it in Zoro Sanji and everything. I'm just anytime I see a blue deck, I'm like, can I play Yamato? Because I'm going to.
Yeah. All right, and then we will use the never exists to get out of it and pass it back.
All right, the AK resolves. All right, passing back to David. Even though you dodged kind of the worst turn that could have come at you, which is I am Whitebeard, into a 10 or 9 cost Whitebeard, you get some breathing room here, so it kind of helps you match back, but you still don't have searchers. You're still not seeing the 1-cost searcher event or character. You're not seeing the Saturn searcher. Even though David's gotten the chance to kind of stabilize, still hasn't quite stabilized enough yet. So we'll see what David does from here, because it looks like there's a Jupiter, a Nustro, a Vent, and Shirahoshi in hand, which none of which are quite the cards you want to see to keep accelerating from this point onwards.
All right, and 9 Dawn to work with here. And really on that decision. So yeah, wide board for Whitebeard, but not having the 10 drop out does hurt a little bit. We will be able to apply some pressure next turn as well.
Yeah, David's trying to think of how to get it out here. It's tough. If he leads this turn with trashing a card to draw, and he trashes any of these cards, he might not give information away yet, but it definitely makes things look dire. But I think he kind of needs to peel a card off the top just to find a searcher and kind of get rolling. He's thinking hard about this Nistro. It is a way for him to threaten the Josu, which does let him get back to the game, which is a good thing. But he's probably thinking, what does he do afterwards, or how well does he threaten it?
Yeah, because like you can use the World Equilibrium to hard get out of it too, right? Get the removal for it.
Ooh.
What did we end up getting?
Another Jupiter. So that's 2 Jupiters, Nistro, and Equilibrium in hand.
Yeah, and I think the issue too is that we don't have. I don't know if we have 5 Elders in hand. We haven't had any Saturns. We haven't had any, like, I think we've only had like 1 search event, right? So we don't have that much. We're going to do the double play here. So our bodies are 7Ks. We're going to attack 5 into 5 with a 7 here.
Yep.
All right, and just pass from there. Did get the removal on it, which is nice. We've got not only like 1 blocker here, but next turn we got a bunch of 7K attacks.
Yep.
And
just checking to see that there's 10 in trash. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. So that is off the board, but the pass back to Roy now. So passing back to Roy here on that 10 Dawn turn. Has he seen the pieces he's needed to? On the attack, he didn't filter with the Ezo, but he still has the 8-drop into 10-drop, which is great.
So we do get the draw 2, discard 1 off the new gate here, and then we will be able to attach 2 Dawn. Looks like it's going to go to the Garp here, so that does mean we are attacking. I think this is a good heads-up play because, more attacks are better than larger attacks. There's only 2.
Yep. Especially with a draining hand size from David's side, and just knowing that knowing that you can kind of just play the current board state, not having too many pieces in hand. I think Roy's just gonna go for these tax attacks, just going in. At this point, I think you're in the happy path of having stabilized and kind of created a really good board position as ace. Even if an Elders comes down next turn, I don't think David can quite clean the board up well enough. And yeah, Roy feeling safe enough. He doesn't even want to take the plus 2K using the I Am Whitebeard event, going to 8K. Just feeling like, you know what, my board's in a pretty good state.
Yeah. So we still got a pretty wide board here. We still have like the Ezo cycle as well next turn. But, we're at 10 Dawn for David, and we know what comes out with that, right?
Yeah, we're not seeing a 5 Elder in hand for David either. So this is This is, I think, like it's one of those games where sometimes when it happens to you, because it will happen to you. Where
even with all the consistency that Emo has, right? All of those searchers, all the draws, right? You still can't guarantee anything in card games like this, and you do have to be like, man, what is my best play when I don't? And we do have the Saturn that can likely find your 5 Elders. So
10 Dawn in, finding the Saturn, and now seeing these searchers, seeing 3 of them in a row.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep, and there's the Elder. Great. So at least this turn you will be able to play Elder because the Saturn was hardcast, meaning you still have access to your stage to play the Elder for 3.
Yeah, which is great here for Emu. So obviously not as maybe as strong of a turn that they are hoping for, but this will let them like pressure the leader. It will let you get rid of the Yamato with the Mars that we get off of it too. So yeah, I think we do just a 7k attack there. We're kind of inclined to let it. No, we still want them to have to discard a card off the Mars. So fair enough.
Seeing the trash, seeing what gets peeled off the top, but nope. I think this turn is still going to be the Elders. Yep, David doesn't want to pitch. He's gonna pitch the Nustro. Yep. Summoning the 5 Elders. We're seeing all 5 of them come out. Oh, never mind. It looks like the Warkery, because of the lack of searching, there's no Warkery in trash, so it's only going to be a 4 it's a 4/5 Elder.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. So that is actually kind of impactful because not having another blocker is tough to deal with. We're going to look top 5. I'm sure we found a Warkery here, but it might be a case of like we have the 5 Elders, but we don't have the like if we want to get the 5 Elders or the Warkery, right? All right, we are going to get the search event. Interesting. We're going to go 7 into there, and we're not using... Mars could have gone rid of it, right? Because it is a...
Yeah, Mars effect could have been used. Maybe David opted not to use the effect here, just knowing that... just denying the extra draw. Because if you clear the Yamato, you also kind of give the draw.
Yeah, but we still attacked into... I mean, I guess we're just like trying to get them little cards in hand, but...
Yeah.
At some point, I would have just given them the... you know, made it so... they couldn't defend it. I don't know.
These matches get very tough when you're in this state. When you start to have these like hands that feel like, you know, I'm in the lower position. Sometimes it's hard to, you know, recognize certain things that certain triggers that you miss, or just not realizing that, like which is going to be the better play. I think from David's perspective, you know, he's undefeated right now, going into, you know, in round 7. He has 2 more rounds left. There's still a lot more rounds to play. It could also be like preserving a mental too, of just, you know what, more games to play, focus on what I can do.
All right, so we are getting that extra 10 drop out there. So another draw 2 and, you know, attaching 4 Dawn. We're going to get out of the, the 8k attack with a +3 and a 1. We are going to go another attack here with the Yamato, which is going to get the block here. And then we are feeling comfortable enough to attack 12k with the new gate, and with no blockers and no Dawn open, I think this one will likely get there.
Ooh, dropping to 1 life and passing. So from here, even with an Elder coming down, Roger is definitely going to be a very dominant lethal, I think. If you're able to get a Roger down, I think you're in a very commanding position being at 2 life.
Yeah. So we got the wide board. We're still missing one of our 5 Elders for David here, as in specifically one of the pieces, right? We're missing the Workery still. Oh, he might have dropped it in trash from Search though. So it might be in rotation now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume after 1 Elders goes off, you probably have been able to find the Workery.
Yeah.
But
we
even
do
then,
have the Saturn. Saturn's the one, like, if you don't find it, it's really tough to find it again, you know?
David, thinking carefully now. We know he has another 5 Elders, right? Or do we not?
I think he does have one.
Yeah. Nistro going for the clear on the Yamato. It's gone and gets Roy gets the free draw here. Just trashing the Nistro to the leader ability to draw, trying to dig a little deeper. I think I see that Elder in hand, so you can refresh here, so you can get 2 7k swings and a refresh. The 7k swings are both going to life. One can be blocked, the other one has to be guarded out. And then you have all your Dawn left to do an Elder's play for 4 and 6 Dawn left. But still a very healthy hand size and life total for Roy. You can definitely start to play the Iron Whitebeard event and pick up life, go to 8k to just close out the game at this point.
Yeah.
And we'll see if that's the option here or whether or not Roy actually has access to that card. I think if another attack comes through, Roy may activate the Ezo cycling trigger just so you can just dig a little deeper in the deck, look for that Roger or look for another 10 drop.
Yeah, and yeah, we're just going to go, looks like 7 to leader. Just going to use the leader effect to get the minus 2k. Another 7. Yeah, we've already used our leader effect as well, so you know, we don't have any free 2Ks, but we do have that Otama there. We're going to use our leader ability, play the 5 Elders, discarding a Saturn. And playing out those 2 once again, as well as hopefully Workery somewhere in there. There he is.
There we go.
He's been hiding all game.
So as tough of as a position this is,
yeah, and it's asking for cards and trash as well. 10, 15. I think they're at 18. I don't think they have the plus 1k from the emu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, despite the position that Dave may be in, it's always reassuring to have these 5 Elders on board. Once you start playing them, you're like, oh, right, yeah, this is a lot of power on board. That's great.
Yeah.
It'll be tough to see how David kind of pilots from here, though, because I feel like a lot of Emu's most pivotal turns have to be in those early turns, getting these cheeky 6, 7, 8k swings into ace, forcing cards out of hand. Kind of starting that position from here is a lot tougher because now, you know, ace does have the option of just dropping 10 beard after 10 beard to close out the game, because you have the hand size to just go the distance, basically.
Yeah, and we've got 5 Dawn left to play with, I believe. We did just find the It Never Existed, which, again, this deck being able to cycle, be able to get 2 blockers, be able to get the, you know, the plus 4k defense card. Like, this is why this deck is so tough once they get to this end game position.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going, I believe this is 8k,
yes,
unless I'm wrong with the numbers on cards and trash. We're going to go another 8k into likely leader here. And we are going to go down to 1. We already used the effect off the Yamato. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, so do not get the next... No.
No, sorry, wait.
No, they should not have gone the extra draw. Unless it's draw for turn. Because they
no, it was draw for... Sorry, it's draw for turn.
No, it's not. Oh,
my
gosh.
No.
He just drew an extra card. Again. Yeah, because he already used the leader effect off the Yamato. And then he just drew for turn, because it was... Yeah, there should not be another draw there.
Yeah, I believe the judge pointed to the deck, so
I'm... was it the previous turn? Maybe I'm wrong, because there's so much going on.
Yeah, because I thought the Yamato died on that specific turn.
Yeah, because I thought they attacked into it with the Venus Jiro. So I could be wrong on that one. But yeah, because I believe we already did draw off the Yamato for that turn. So we'll see if how they resolve this. All right. So again, what happened was it was mistaken that they had used their ace draw effect already for this turn. So they drew off taking off the life after already losing the Yamato that turn. So the judge is going to decide how to go forward from here.
Mm-hmm. So we will wait on standby as they resolve the ruling on this.
Yeah, we're going to check the VOD for it. It looks like just to see if the Yamato was this turn, just to confirm. you know, this is definitely a matchup where a lot of things happen, right? There's a lot of back and forth, especially because like the turn, like you can kind of divide an Emu's turn of like before you play the 10 drop and after you play the 10 drop, right? Because so much happens because you play it out and then you get to draw a card, you get to search, right? You get to KO. So they're going to just confirm if it was that turn for the Yamato KO. Because you did see, like I do see, like he asked the judge if he did get the draw off.
Yeah.
And I believe the judge said yes, it was the previous turn, and I don't believe that was correct.
Yeah.
It was the same turn, so they're going to decide from there.
Because I believe,
for this specific scenario, he did ask the judge if he drew for turn.
Yeah.
So that's why. Like,
did he gesture towards the judge, and I believe the judge pointed.
Yeah,
and that's why. So, but it's good that we always have people and other production staff watching and looking at the stuff.
So they're focusing on how to repair the game state from here.
So nothing was played. So this was, nothing had been played yet this turn.
No.
This draw only happened, like, at the end. If a card goes back into the deck, I think that should be okay. It's not amazing, but I think it's still passable. Roy's in a position where I don't think a card will quite matter here.
So, all right. There it is.
There we go. Yep.
All right, so we are at 10 Dawn. We're going to go 12K. Get the block. I mean, these blocks are pretty easy from here, too. We're just going to play another 10 drop.
Yep. From what I saw from Roy's hand from prior, he had 2 in his hand, so even should he lose 1, he always was able to play this. So he's always able to chain this other Whitebeard.
All right, discarding the Rad Beam since we don't have any open. We'll attach 2 to the other Newgate. We're going to go 8 to likely another blocker.
So from here, just thinking about the guard, I think here. I think even if Roy goes for this swing, goes across here, I think he's not punished for it.
Yeah. And this is kind of the weird dance you have to do where like you want to go down to 0 as ace, and David knows that, and he wants to be able to put him down to 0 with the right numbers, right? Ace has a lot of cards in hand.
Yep. Kind of playing that risky line of like swinging these blockers, knowing that, hey, you know what, if you do want to go for it, I know I don't lose, and I can just drop myself to 0 and then get my Roger active and then close out the game. And still has access to this Ezo cycle to try to dig 1 deeper. If the Roger isn't already in hand, there's definitely still ways to try to get there, but after playing 3 of these 10-cost Whitebeards, you've definitely cycled enough to see probably 1.
All right, we're going 7K. And we're giving the minus 2K here. We're just going to get the 2K out of hand for getting out of that.
Seeing another attack swing come across for 7.
Another 7 to 6 here. And we have 1 blocker open. We've got a lot of cards in hand. We still have 1 life as well.
Yep, and with that Dawn attached, that means you're getting that draw off of the life getting hit. So from here, out of the block, David's trying to trash that character, knowing that he's going to refresh off the 5 Elders here. I think I see it in his hand. I think it's the last card. So 7K across. I believe he's planning to go for that 5 Elders play again, refresh the board. At this point, David's trying to play around the Roger. Yep, pitching the Sharia in order to activate the 5 Elder effect and tapping the 4 Dawn. Yep, needs to spend 4 Dawn. There it is. Searching top 5 off the Saturn. At this point, you're probably looking for events, knowing that you have to survive just a bit longer to kind of start gassing out the ace and get out of these Roger swings.
Yeah, getting the event there is nice as well. Yeah, because you do have to, like, there's some point, like, you have to say, what are the numbers that I can survive with, right? Next turn it can be, a 6, in triple 12s. Honestly, the Roger only really matters if they go down to 0, right? There's almost always a better way to put, 10 Dawn on somewhere, so to be aware of that.
Yep. If Janini can get off, like, the 8-cost event to pick up a life and drop either the 9 or 10 beard, go to 10k, I think that is basically the pre-setup to going for a Roger lethal. But from here, I think David's got to be a little careful here. Yeah, he has to swing into the board here. So
yeah,
minus
and we get the
4,000.
minus, the double -4 here. We're going to use the Ezo effect to draw 1 and bottom deck 1.
Block, yep.
And we're just going to do the number into the new gate just because you don't want to put them down to 0 because Roger does a lot. So we're going to do the 2k there to get out of it. And we'll pass it back. We'll go 12k.
Leading off with 12k to life, which is pretty audacious. Just
yeah,
setting the 12 into saying, no, I do not think you have the damage to kill me, so I'm just going to go start with 12. That's the first swing of the game. And another 12. Just, nope, I don't need blockers.
Yeah, and then after this is where, like, the decision comes down, right? Do you attack with your blocker, right? Your blockers are keeping you alive, but it's also the way that you're trying to go for game. So we will see from there.
This is telegraphing to me that Janini is planning to go for the 8-drop event into 9-drop Whitebeard, go to a 10k leader, because at that point the blockers don't matter. If the attacks get split up to multiple attacks, you can counter out of all of them. If they go to one really tall attack for 17 to life and you have 4 2ks as a 10k leader, you just get out for free as well. So this is telling me that when you turn all your blockers sideways, it's because you have 8-drop event plus 9k, 9-drop Roger, or sorry, 9-drop Whitebeard to go to 10k.
All right, so this will help us. We are going to be an 8k leader, and we're swinging for 9k here.
Still also good too, yeah. If you have the 1 life and you have 1 blocker left up stand to, that's also fine as well. Yeah, just keeping that pressure on. At this point, David has to see that next Elder.
Yeah, get out of it. And
oh, swinging the 12 too.
Okay, so we're just saying, I don't think we're going to lose next turn. I think this 8k leader is going to be enough.
Yeah,
Going down to 0. All right, you're saying I have to win this next turn? Or no, Goldie Roger's going to just end the game here. So no blockers up for Janine here. We are in an 8k leader, and we'll have to see if there's enough pressure from David to get there.
Yeah, I mean, this is a... I mean, David has to do the math here. I don't think there are many lines that you have the math to win. I think even if you do a double Nistro play, you don't actually get additional combat stats, except for the first Nistro you play. So you have to kind of play Nistro off of your stage, and then maybe go for multiple 8s. But, I mean, looking at Roy's hand size, I think that wouldn't cut it either.
Yeah.
That is time in overtime.
So I think it'd be something like 8, 9, 9, 10, something like that. But just not quite the numbers you need when Ace still has the 1 life, and that 1 life getting taken will get you that 1 extra card in hand. David really thinking through how to do this math right now, trying to see what his best odds are, knowing that he doesn't get another turn here. The likelihood of there being Roger in hand is just so high.
I mean, we saw it turn 1, right? So we know it's there, right?
Oh.
yeah. I mean, that was forever ago. That was 30 minutes
wow,
ago, right? Yeah. That's almost a whole game ago. So
that was
for there. Also, we are.
That was 12 Elders ago. I mean, 25 Elders ago.
Yeah. Also, this is turn 0. We are in time, so the 5 extra minutes was overtime for it. So he does need to start moving.
Yeah, David's going to have to think about this carefully. He says, what is the chances? How do I map this out? Knowing that probably a player like Janine, who has been to these top tails before, plays extremely well, has a record of just excellent play, wouldn't turn these units sideways unless he had the counter.
Yeah, and so we got 9 to 8. We used the 2K or minus 2K from the leader effect. We got another 9, just
Another
a regular
2K.
2K out of hand. I think David's just realizing, I don't think I'm going to get there.
Yeah, I think that's not a play you ever do. Like, you don't turn all 3 blocker beards sideways unless you're very confident you have the counter.
Yeah.
And that's game.
Just scooping it up, saying, I can't get there. You got that. And we have our winner, Janine, with the ace there.
Yeah, just Janine with just a commanding display of ace. There were several turns where just the curve out was amazing. Multiple cards to draw with. Getting the double searchers back to hand using the Josu is insane. David just not seeing the searchers at all. This game was
honestly,
incredibly full.
In the nicest way, I think. In the nicest way, yeah, David was in a position where he just did not see the cards he needed. He still was able to grind it out. I think he did the best with the cards that he had. Sometimes in games like this, we just don't get the pieces that we need to get, and I think he still tried to get there. He had some close calls, and I still think there could have been a path for him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we're in time, so we're just going to do a quick break. We're going to be back with round number 8 as well, so not much more to say. We'll take a break there, and we'll be right back.
Later. Welcome back, One Piece card game players. We are going into our 8th round
Yes.
of Swiss at the Toronto 401 Games Regional here in Canada. I'm really excited. I've been really happy to cast all these games with you, Eggman.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've gotten quite the diversity. I think we've kind of gotten to the expected state of affairs, right? We do have 4 players left undefeated. I do know that we've got at least 1 ace, and then we do have ace versus emu for our finals here. I'm not sure what our ace players playing on table 2. Could be either Zoro, ace, or emu. So, but we got this this round 8 table 1 match.
Yes, but I've been enjoying all these games, and I'm really excited to watch this next one because, well, even though it is the matchup that we've seen before, I think there's so much nuance to see and to discuss and talk about in this. So jumping into this next match, we're going to see 2 really high-level players on these next 2, so there'll be so much to talk about and discuss and how they think about this matchup.
Yeah, let's go on over there then. All right, so we've got for you guys another Ace versus Emu match. Ace ended up winning the dice roll there, so they decided to go second, which is unsurprising there. I think, you know, generally speaking, this matchup is a little dice roll favored, right? Both players want to go second, and they have a better going second curve, but I don't think that it's an undefeatable spot for it.
Yep. From, I believe, Jeff's side, we see the opener of, I think just searching. I'm not sure if that's the event or the Sharia search, but one of the two. But we see the trash getting developed from there. And from the A side, we're seeing a double search here, which is an interesting line. Sometimes I feel sketchy about doing this double search line with both Dawn, because without the 1 Dawn on leader, Emu going first can just put in the 8 into life and deny you a card and drop you down 1, which lets you get a lot of just pressure down.
Yeah. So I think it's understood. Unless like your hand felt like kind of bad. I mean, we did see them get the Marco, so it could just be a situation where they felt like they needed to find the Marco, so they did that extra search for it. But, you know, it's not, I think, you know, a situation is. But, you know, if they use like a 1 search event, though, it's in a case where they're only attacking 7K, which is an easy like card out of hand with the ace too. So that could be the difference maker. But yeah, as mentioned, a big 8 on lead, can be kind of difficult to get out of.
Seeing that. We're talking about how these lines are very mapped because each one opens up. It's almost like a really, you know, complex game of chess.
Yeah.
You know, I do this, you do this, and then I'm going to steer it towards this direction and see whether or not you have these items.
Yeah.
So, yep. This line now leads to, I believe, just dropping of the Marco, which can be sketchy because dropping the Marco here without the Dawn attached again means that once again, Emu can try to tax cards from hand because there's no, you know, there's no free draw from either the pickup of life or from the KOing of the Marco.
Yeah.
So you can kind of keep putting that pressure down. So we're seeing how Jeff's going to navigate the next turn. Obviously, the play is either going to be the 4-drop Workery or the 4-drop Saturn, one of the two.
Yeah, hopefully. We did see that the previous game, we did have some shy cards not show up. We didn't see Workery until like halfway through the deck, if not more. So we do have the search here. End up getting, I believe that was the, do you know which 5-outer that was? I didn't catch the I think it was a 4-drop, so it was either, I think, Workery or the Saturn here. If it's Saturn, we're going to play it out immediately, I think, though.
Yeah, I think Jeff's now thinking about which thing he's going to play off of this. I think he has 2 options, which is why. I think he's deciding to play out the Searcher first. Yeah, get the draw up front rather than getting on the KO because, you know, in this matchup, you actually want your characters to stay active. Like, you don't want them to get KO'd from block. You're not worried about defending yourself. You actually want more things to attack with.
Yeah.
So getting just the draw and an attack is definitely the way that you want to play this. From here, I think the question is, do you swing the 6 for the card, or do you just leave the Dawn up to counter out? Because either way, you're probably taking 1 hit and then guarding out of the other. So is there a reason to, you know, keep the Dawn up if that is the case?
No, it looks like we decided to just go 6K. So again, just means that Eduard just needs to get 1 card out of hand, which we do, which, it was a 2K with Otama, so we must have some pretty good cards in hand if that's the case, and going to 6 Dawn.
Yeah, interesting. I always find it interesting about how do you decide when to trash this EZO for the cycle effect. You know, not doing it there means that maybe you have the hand that you need already, and also you want to keep up the option of maybe bouncing both surges to hand with, we're seeing the tech card come out. We're seeing Vista, the 6/8 double attacker.
Yeah, this has been, we saw him search at turn 1 as well. This has been a new card introduced in OP13, but double attack once returned if this character would be KO'd or would be removed from the field. You may trash 1 card with from your hand, including Whitebeards from it. So the fact that this is just going to be a pretty permanent attacker for the the first half of this game is really nice. They can kind of pressure it down later with like a Venus Juro or something, but right now it's going to be very intimidating to have this just be around.
Yeah, it's just the definitely more aggressive 6-drop compared to dropping the Jozu. You know, the Jozu gets you the 2 cards in hand. This is going to get you more cards out of your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
And passing back to Jeff, he has to look at that double attacker now with a lot of thought. He's got to really think about this one. You know, you don't really want to clear this Marco, even though it's not going to get the extra draw, but I think the 6 is... Where's the 6 going? I'm thinking it's lead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, either or. We're going 6 into a 6K source. We're going to a kind of low hand size here. They are applying the pressure, which is good to see, and then now deciding what are we doing here. So we could get rid of the Marco if we have a Mars. That would mean that, you know, they don't get the triple draw, only the double draw for it. But at the same point, like, yeah, just giving them those extra, you know, us losing 2 cards in hand, essentially them gaining 2 cards in hand is a very tough trade.
Yeah, and this line that Jeff has opted for has really brought down the Ace's hand size. I believe Ace is down to 4 cards in hand. Not a huge number here. While Jeff is actually maintaining a pretty healthy hand size. Now, that's going to change when this Vista starts swinging.
Yeah,
but I still think it's a way to take this line.
Yeah, and so being able to establish a blocker is quite nice. It does help us, you know, get out of this double attack for you know, low cost here, which is cool. We are at 8 Dawn for our Ace player as well, so if we do end up having the I am Whitebeard into the, you know, either Whitebeard, we're in a good spot. But looks like instead we're just going to play out the Garp to search top 4 for a card here.
See what gets picked up here. Ace being at that 7-card mark, so, you know, being able to pick up those cards back from the Marco being KO'd. Here, not having the Whitebeard event plus Whitebeard is a bit tough because I don't know what else you can develop here that can contest the board and stay for a long time other than maybe another Vista or maybe a Josie wouldn't be too bad here at this point just because you get to bounce these searches back, run more searches out, and just have really consistent turns following through. Yeah,
so we get the 10-drop Newgate here. Might have been a card we wanted to see last time, you know, at the start of this turn instead of like middle of the turn here, but still a good card to play later. You know, we were able to see, you know, Ace able to kind of almost the same kind of turn, right, as we saw like the previous matchup. So not a terrible hit, and then we're going to go 9, yeah, immediately blocking. No time for consideration there. We can't get hit by that double attack.
Yep. Otama. Interesting. Draw 2, -1. So really just filtering the hand. I think Eduardo's trying to just, you know, I'm just going to cruise into my remaining turns for the rest of the game. So let me just set everything I can up. There's not so much board presence that I am too scared. You know, Jeff is locked out of playing Shirahoshi to try to take cards out of hand because there's so many searches on field that even if you play the Shirahoshi, you're actually not going to be able to use it another time or force a big swing into it because, you know, a search is going to clear it.
Yeah, and yeah, just reading. I believe that's Rad Beam. Okay. Yep. Man, I have to keep remembering.
That is
set one. Yeah. Set one was a couple years ago. You got to remember what these cards are.
That is
or see them for the first time.
And specifically, that is the PRB textured foil. Rad Beam, if I'm
you're right. Yeah, I think you are. Yeah, I'm a big fan for those textured foils. The Jolly Roger ones as well. Right? There's I don't know. It's sparkly. I don't know what to say.
It's the sparkles.
It's great.
Yeah, the textured foil. Funny enough, this should be one of my quiz questions, was how many exclamation marks are in Radical Beam, and it actually differs, I think, between Japanese and English.
Interesting. Yeah, I would say 3 would be my default. Yeah, and I know I just saw the Japanese image, right, on that one. It is? Oh, it's 2? What? All right, that's crazy. All right, well, I'm glad
like
I wasn't live when I said
this. They get pretty hard. Anyway, back to the game, but we haven't seen another thing come down other than we're just dropping a blocker.
Yeah.
Just for 2 because luckily it only costs 2 because the Vista's been down by 2, making a 10k body, making this a blocker. Interesting turn. Not kind of how impactful as expected it in terms of dropping another big body, but
same.
Something is happening here. Eduardo's trying to set up a very specific thing, I think. Or he has no Marco, no Yamatos, and just no gas. But I don't know. His poker face is telling me that that's not the case, but maybe that poker face is just great.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about this Uta as well is that to remove it, they'd have to use the World Equilibrium event. They can't just use the Mars to get rid of it because it is a 6 cost naturally, even though we did play it for 2. You know, next turn, either through the event or just naturally for 10, we are going to be playing out the 10 cost Newgate likely, so that helps us too. And we'll have to see what Jeff decides to do here. Do you think we're missing any of the 5 Elders right now? I think we've seen a pretty good rotation of at least a couple of them.
Yeah, I think I've seen the 6-drop. We see the Workery there in trash, I think. And then we have a Saturn for sure. And we've used Mars, so it's really just Nistro and Jupiter. I think there's a Nistro in hand for sure, I think there was a search of that. It's just whether or not you can get the Jupiter in trash in time. There's Nistro just being cast via the stage.
Yep. So we're going to be attacking essentially 8 into 6 here. And this might be worth an Uta block. And we're actually deciding on playing the Ezo first on the one attacking to get the bottom, or is it? Yeah, it's bottom deck draw one, right?
Yeah. And you can sequence the Ezo cycle and your Ace minus 2k ability however you want. So you can choose the order however you'd like. Yeah.
Yeah, and just confirming, that we know that it was a -2 there as well.
Yes. Both Jeff and Eduardo signaled it, so they can put it in the counter if they want. But I think they both acknowledged. Obviously, where you're attacking to is where you're going to put the minus into most of the time in these kind of in these mapped turns of the game.
Yeah.
Okay, 2k given up. It's an Uta given from hand.
Yeah, so still a 6k here.
Block.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So, it was a 6-6.
Yep.
I'm just so used to that thing being a 7k attack.
Dropping body, yep. Eduardo kind of just giving up the blocker here, even though it seems expensive to give up. I think he wants both 8-cost events in his hand, and I think he has a 10-cost. He doesn't want to give up another thing, so he'd rather give up the character on board. Kind of knowing that Jeff is going to play out another body, because Jeff wants a wide board to play the 7-drop, and then go into maybe his 5 Elder turns.
Yeah, no, I was going to say the next thing is that, what's more important here to keep the 1 card in hand for another -2k later are the additional 2 Dawn that we're going to have available. Oh, we're actually going to take the card from life.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep, going to AK leader.
We hardly ever do, but I think this is fine going into this next turn. So we do get the draw 1 from life, 2 from the top. We got to discard a card, and we got to attach 4 Dawn to places. This could be a chance where we put 2 Dawn on Garp and then put another 2 off of our leader effect, because there are, there's 1 blocker up.
Yeah, I mean, is Jeff at about 4 cards or 4 or 5 in hand? So pretty low count, I think.
Yeah,
it might be.
I like this. I like this play. So we just have to attach 1 more Dawn, and then it becomes a 5k. Yep. You can attack, I think it's 7, 8, and then another 2. So I think 7, 8, 10 could be possible this turn if we want to. We could leave 1 open if we have Rad Beam, which we saw earlier in the deck.
Yeah, and this block is going to have to cash out on one of these. There's no Dawn up for Jeff, so, all this has to be countered out or just blocked regularly. But this 5 is going into Nistro, just saying, you know what, I'm going to get cards out of hand by doing this. Now, do you continue pressing Nistro, or do you kind of just switch into life? So we're seeing 10k go across into life. Yep, it's a take.
And then this 8's likely going to get blocked by the Workery.
Yeah.
Or sorry, this 9's going to be blocked by the Workery.
9 into
likely
life.
Pretty quickly.
Yep.
Yeah,
has to get
taking
blocked.
it there.
Yeah, I personally love that part of the 8-cost event Iron Wiper, because this plus 2k power in this matchup specifically is very good. Being able to go to 8k while developing your board makes it so there's a lot of situations where Emu doesn't really get to swing at you the way that they want to, because these 8k swings, let's say you have 3 Elder set up and you drop the Jupiter and you just start swinging across, you actually can tax a ton of cards out of hand. So being this 8k leader helps you a lot. I do think, though, because Jeff is a turn behind, and this is now his 11 Dawn turn in quotation mark, I don't think he would have used the existing board to kind of tax hand that much. But nonetheless, we're seeing a Stussy come out now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Tech card. Perfect timing for it.
Yeah. Honestly, most people I know have rotated off the Stussy, but fantastic move here. We are just going to get the 1k off of that, and making sure that there's enough in trash to make this a 6k leader, which I believe we just did. So it's currently 6k to 6k, and we're going to use leader effect, discarding a 10-drop Newgate. I don't think I've seen Ace with this few cards in hand, ever.
Yeah, this is a really interesting line, because Jeff is committing pretty hard here. He's pitching at 5 Elders.
He is tapped out, 2 life. There's a big old double attack on the other side. This could just be game right here.
Yeah, and Eduardo confidently pitching the 10-drop Newgate, just saying, you know what? I don't need this.
Yeah, and asking how many cards you have in hand?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really hoping this Newgate goes in. drops Jeff to 0, and that Otama just goes in for 10.
I mean, we so real quick before we get too optimistic about it, right? So Jeff has, I'm gonna guess, I think it's like 3 or 4 cards in hand right now, if I'm looking at this right. We're just going 10 drop into there, being a little bit more reserved here, but knowing that there is like also a 9 drop. I think it's easy to say that without a blocker up, this Vista is going to be able to get rid of, put them down to 0 life. If you really want to, you could be, searching first.
Good habits there, making sure you resolve each life trigger one at a time, even when double attack is present. And now the second one goes off.
Yeah, and then we're going to just go big 8. So you do need to get a double 2K to get out of it.
2, 1, 1, 1.
Right.
Oh, feels a bit like a death knell.
Yeah.
But we're passing to Jeff, and he goes on the draw.
Yeah. So I mean, it's crazy to see how much this Venus Juro's lived. Right. It's survived since being played. It's been around the whole time. We are at 1 card in life for our ace player. Also, the fact that they're at 0 means that Goldie Roger can come out next turn. I think we only have about 5 cards left in hand for Edward. We have 1 blocker, and this is a pretty tough position.
Yeah, Jeff really getting pressured by this Vista. This Vista has been putting in so much work since 6, and this is, I guess, one of the reasons I think this card is like so good as a tech, like in this deck, particularly because against Emus, the Jozu doesn't feel great to play. Yes, Jozu feels great to other decks to play because you get to kind of reset tempo. But against Emu, that thing's just going to die to Nistro swing so easily. At least with this, the Vista, at worst, is an 8K to swing in, or 6K to swing into. Yeah,
and the fact that it does have a protection effect is nice, right? Jozu, I'd say, is a little bit more flexible. At least we saw like the previous game, like bouncing double 1s to hand is nice there. But we are just going to attack into it. I think we're going to try to clear the Vista. This is just a 10K, so we could kind of block with Newgate if we felt inclined to get out of the attack. Oh, did we?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
The 6 was to life, and the minus was to
that makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah. He's trying to get cards out of hand right now, and the best way right now is to, well, actually, with the 5 Elders, can you just try to go for it? I mean, you have 2 swings here. One's a 6K, the other one's a 7K. If you have the Jupiter and Trash, let's find out if he does.
Yeah, and so. All right, yeah. Getting almost all the alt arts.
Yep. I mean,
for Mars.
How much Dawn do you have here? You only dawned up the Stussy swing by 1, right?
Yeah, so you should have, I believe, 5 open, right? No, did you put one? You put 1 on
Nistro? Did he?
Yeah, Venus Juro. So you should have 4 open, I believe.
Oh, because he swung 6. Yeah. So
yeah.
So 8 Dawn minus 4. He has 4 Dawn. He can definitely do 8. Yeah, he can do 8 plus the 3 Dawn there. 3 Dawn, is it? Yeah. 8, 10? 8, 9? And I don't think Edward has used...
No, so he's using the Ezo effect first to discard a card. Yeah, and just say, you know what, you've got the numbers. I'm not going to be able to win here, and that will be it. So...
wait, so he's fine, right? Because he gets a 2-1 and he's out?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's just using the Ezo effect, right, to get the cycle, and then, you are not going to be able to get over that from there.
Yeah, commanding victory from Ace's side here. I think just like that Vista, just making Jeff sweat.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So that's going to be it for this one, though. We do have Ace undefeated, so we're going to have Ace in the finals. My champion for the weekend, right? We still have Table 2, which is Ace versus something. I'm not sure what they're placing against, but it was our the player who won on round 8 there, so that's what we got. And we're pretty quickly closing out the day pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, no, and it's going to be dinner time. We can take a break after this.
Yes. So, but yeah, if you guys are just joining, this is the Toronto 401 Games one-piece regionals. We had 5-12 players. It's a one-day event, so 9 rounds of Swiss best of 1. 9th round will be next round, so it'll be our final round. We're going to have Ace on one side, maybe Ace on the other, but that's going to be what our weekend's going to be.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. We're going to go into the Ace deck profile next.
Sure.
So for those of you who want to learn more about Ace and just kind of study up as we go into our finals match, as Ace will be present in it.
Yes.
We would love to teach you more about it so you can watch this final match with just the maximum amount of knowledge about One Piece card game.
For sure. So we might be a little bit more of a delay because that was a medium length game, but we'll get that set up. We'll see you guys in round 9. We'll see the finals, and we'll see you there.
One Piece card gamers, you're watching the 401 December 6th Toronto Regional for One Piece card game. We're here to talk a bit about some of the decks you'll see here today, and I'm going to talk about a deck that I personally love and one of my favorite characters in the show, Porcusty Ace, or you may know him as Fire Fist Ace. Some is the Flame Emperor, both names pretty cool. But I'm here to talk about Ace, which is one of the popular leaders right now in the OP13 format and a contender to Emu for the best deck. Now, let's first start off by talking about the kind of leader Ace is and what he can do. Ace's leader ability is very unique and takes a lot of inspiration from the old school Whitebeard type decks from before. He's a 6,000 power leader, which means that he attacks very aggressively and he's very strong on defense too. It's very hard to challenge a 6k leader if you remember what Blue-Purple Luffy was like back in the previous format. Now, Ace, in addition to being a 6,000 power leader, only has 3 life, which balances quite a bit, but there are many things that make Ace a survivable leader despite only having 3 life. The first being Ace's first ability. Whenever an opponent character or leader attacks Ace, you may discard any card from your hand to give that character or leader minus 2,000 power, meaning you can always choose to give, let's say, an Emu that is attacking your leader, minus 2,000 for the battle, meaning even if that card has no counter, it can become a 2k once per turn. So that's already helping you a lot because many decks with strong late games have too many bricks that are hard to get rid of for counter. And if you play Bonnie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Onto the extra fun ability of Ace that makes it oh so powerful. Now, it's a blue deck, so you know it draws cards. As long as Ace has 1 Dawn attached, at least 1, attached to him, should Ace take damage, once per turn you may draw an extra card from that happening. So off the 1 attack, I've gained 2 cards. Now, there's another way this can happen too. Let's say I have a character in play that has 6,000 base power or more. Like let's say his good friend and crewmate Marco. And let's say Emu uses an ability to KO Marco. Once Marco is KO'd, in addition to the cards I would draw from Marco, I get to draw a card using my leader ability. So anytime someone were to remove a card from your board, you will simply get to draw another card. Seeing these abilities, you may not be able to piece together the kind of deck Ace is yet. Because Ace has so much survivability, offense power, defense power, Ace really excels at late game strategies. Why? Because you'll end up having a hand size that is like, I don't know, 12, 15 cards, who knows how many, and a bunch of really strong characters to play. So Ace definitely favors people who like playing dominant playstyles that involve many strong characters on the board and winning once he's assembled all of his crew onto the board. So let's talk about the difficulty rating. Now some of you guys are like, oh, is Ace gonna be one of those really difficult to play decks? We're kind of lucky that Ace has many ways to draw and filter cards from their hand, so you don't have to worry about trying to find the right pieces. They'll kind of just come to you. Many of your turns can be kind of mapped out and thought out. Now, I don't want to make it sound like that means Ace is easy. It means the decisions that are presented to you are easy to follow. You have set paths you can take, but a truly good Ace player has to decide between path A or path B constantly. And once you get into your late game, many decks like Emu or Roger will constantly put pressure on you and you'll be forced to respond and react in kind. This means that once that late game comes, you have to be very careful on the plan that you've made up until that point and be able to finish the game. So how does a deck like Ace finish the game? One of the key new cards that have made this deck so powerful is this event called I Am Whitebeard. I'll read it out loud. If your leader type includes Whitebeard cards, play up to 1 Edward Newgate from your hand. Then you may add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand. If you do, you can gain 2,000 power at the end of the turn. So for 8 Dawn on my 8 Dawn turn, I can rest 8 to play this event, and I can play 9 cost Whitebeard from my hand, or 10 cost Whitebeard from my hand. Now, if you're a purple player, you know this concept is ramping. But in this case, you're not ramping. You're playing one of these cards a whole turn early, and if you've seen either of these Whitebeard cards, you know they're incredibly powerful. So I play my Whitebeard. I get to draw 2 cards, swing really heavy, do all sorts of crazy things. In addition to that, I can choose to pick up a life to become an 8k leader for the turn. Now, the reason why this is so powerful is that most decks aren't ready to take on someone as strong as one of the 4 Emperors with this 12k stat line this early in the game. So it's really easy for Ace to form a board that is simply just many copies of Newgate swinging at your opponent. And honestly, I don't know about you, but I can't take that many 10,000, 12,000 power swings until I'm just dead. And if that isn't good enough, Ace can play Roger to finish the game with a massive board of Whitebeards. You swing everything, and if your opponent blocks at 0 life, or if you're at 0 life, they'll lose the game. So Ace is all about playing these massive bodies out onto the board and flooding your opponent with too many stats, while also doing it a whole turn early. So that is your win con if you are playing Ace. But now let's talk a bit about how you actually get to that win con. So to get this win con, there's a few things you're gonna have to do as Ace. Let's talk it through one step at a time. Now, your first turn is either going to be 1 Dawn or 2 Dawn. If you are Ace, you're very lucky because you have many searchers in this deck, and I'm going to talk through them real quick. The first searcher you can try playing is Garb, who lets you look at the top 4 cards of your deck and then pick any card that is 3 cost or greater and add it to your hand, meaning Garp, supporting his 3 adopted sons, can find any card from the deck basically, except for maybe another searcher. Incredibly powerful. In addition to that, you can also choose to play a searcher like, let's say, Izo, which looks at the top 5 cards of your deck to look for a Whitebeard pirate. And not only that, should your opponent attack, you may trash Izo to cycle a card from your hand, drawing one and then putting one at the bottom, meaning not only are you searching during your opponent's turn and when they attack, you can also choose to trash Izo to look further into your deck. And if you really, really need to keep searching because you just really need to find the cards you really want right now, you can play the lovable, the oh so cute Otama, which says if you have 3 or less life cards, you may draw 2 and discard 1, which means functionally, Otama is also searching too. So those are the 3 searchers in your deck that Ace will be using in order to help go through the deck and find the pieces they need. Now it'll be your first and second Dawn turn. Now, what do you do after that on your 3 or 4 Dawn turn? Now, what you can do on your 3 or 4 Dawn turns can vary quite a bit, but generally, I would like to say that Ace has a weaker going first curve than it does going second. So on 3 Dawn, there are very few hits in the deck, but because the deck runs so many searchers, after searching on your first turn, you can spend this 3 Dawn however you want and just simply search again, making sure that you spend 1 Dawn on your leader ability, as obviously if your opponent chooses to hit you, you get to draw an extra card. The other thing you can do is if you are so lucky to be on 4 Dawn, one of Ace's most powerful crewmates would be the first in command of the Whitebeard Pirates, Marco. What makes Marco so powerful is that Marco has an effect that should he be KO'd, you can draw 2 cards, which means your opponent spending the resource to remove Marco only means you've gained cards. And let's say in the future, when you have 1 more Dawn to attach to your leader, you would draw a total of 3 cards when your opponent KOs Marco, making Marco an incredibly powerful card with a 4 cost 6k stat line. So very powerful card. But some of you Emu players are like, oh, I don't mind that. So what is the card that Emu players don't want to see you do? Now, there's a card that people have been running that's quite interesting, which is Atmos. Now, can you remember where Atmos showed up in the series? Some of you who can, you're the hardcore fans. Now, Atmos lets you reveal 2 Whitebeard cards from your hand in order to bounce a 4 cost or less back to their owner's hand, which means Emu's cards that can't be removed, if you play Atmos early enough, you can actually remove their 4 drops from the board, which can set back Emu's tempo by a lot. So some people have been running Atmos for those turns where they're playing those things out. Atmos predominantly though is not played on 4 though, but rather on 5, so you can actually remove the body that's a 4 cost. Now, after these turns, we're starting to get into the more fun turns actually of this deck. On 5 and 6, what do you want to do? Ace has very powerful cards in the form of 2 good buddies of his, which would be Yamato and Jozu. Not to say that you can't also play the old cards you played before, because Marco is such a good card, you can play it whenever. Yamato's ability is that you can rest 5, and when you play them, you get to draw 2 cards and attach 1 rested Dawn to your leader, setting your leader ability as active, letting you swing aggressively and draw cards. Jozu lets you bounce a card from field back to your hand, like let's say an Otama or Izo you played earlier, to return a character back to your opponent's hand that's 6 or less, which is a very good tempo card and also a very powerful body. So during your middle game, you want to try to address your opponent's board while also making very aggressive tempo plays, and that becomes your mid game of the deck. All right, now onto the fun stuff. As you know, we are now at our 8 Dawn turn. We're heading towards the late game. What should we be doing? Well, people hate when I say it. I am Whitebeard. I am Whitebeard lets you begin to play out your 10 and 9 cost Whitebeards and flooding the board with as many Whitebeards as you want for the turn and the turns after. And that becomes your game plan to then start to swing with them, be aggressive, and then finish the game off with some powerful rush like we talked about it, Roger. All right, so that is the win con up until that point, but this deck is obviously more than just that. So I'm gonna tell you really quickly about some other stuff in this deck that you might be interested in. You are a blue deck, which means you have access to some of the most annoying cards in the world, and I'm gonna save the most annoying one for last. But the first one being Red Rock. Now, no matter what thing you just played, whatever 10 drop you just played, for 6 Dawn, Ace can simply just send it back to the bottom of your deck, meaning in a race of big bodies versus big bodies, Ace can simply say, 6 Dawn, goodbye, including to, in the mirror match, another Ace player's Whitebeard. A card that is not annoying, but very good in this deck is Uta. Now, I don't think these two characters have ever met in the series, but they are weirdly synergistic. Uta's ability is that if you have a card that has 10,000 power or more in play, Uta only costs 2 Dawn to play, and it is a 4K blocker and a 2K counter in hand. So once you start playing out your Whitebeards, your Rogers, Uta becomes a very cheap blocker that only costs 2 to play, which helps you sustain, stay alive, and play things like Red Rock alongside it so you can stabilize the board. Now, what is the most annoying card? Oh, you guessed it. The most annoying card any blue deck could ever play against you. Oh, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna ask the question that you get asked right before you're about to crash out on someone, which is, how many cards do you have in hand? And there's a very different meaning when a blue player asks you that, because when they ask you that, and you say the answer 7 or 8, they immediately go to turn their 4 Dawn sideways and say, pudding? And you're gonna send that hand back into your deck and draw 5 cards, losing all the card advantage you got, while Ace has sometimes 15 cards in hand? Yes, it is not fair at all, but Ace has access to pudding. But yes, these are some of the rare and special cards that make Ace even better. Now, you've learned most of almost everything you need to know about Ace, but I'm gonna talk about some fun technical cards because I know some of you out there who are chefs and love putting spice in your deck, want to hear about some of the interesting cards you can put in this deck to make it more interesting. So here are some really fun tech cards I want to show you. Now, some people are running Radical Beam. Radical Beam used to be one of the most popular cards in Whitebeard because as a 6K leader, a 4K counter gets you almost out of everything. It is such a powerful card and people love to run it in Ace because you always have low life and always this counter can bait people into going for game and then losing the turn after because they're not playing around Radical Beam. If you like counter and you are having trouble with Zoro, similar to Radical Beam, which is a very powerful counter card, Happiness Punch is a card that most people probably don't know about, which is as long as your leader is standing, or active rather, you can rest 1 Dawn to give a character or leader minus 2,000 power and another character or leader minus 1,000 power. So let's say if Zoro swings at you for 8,000 and I play Happiness Punch for 1, Zoro will become a 5K swing and would no longer deal damage. And even if Zoro restands and swings again at me for 8,000, they actually swing at 5,000 because this debuff lasts for the rest of the turn, making Happiness Punch a very good tech card if you are facing a deck with multiple swings or with one really big swing that happens multiple times. So Happiness Punch, really great card for that. Now, some people, I saw a player who top was, I think, Meteor Strike of Love, and they had to ask, what does that card do? Now, if you're in pre-release back in OP06, you might actually already know what it does. But Meteor Strike of Love is a 2 Dawn counter card or main that lets you pick up a life from the top or bottom of your life, or rather top, and your leader will gain 3,000 power, meaning you would become a 9,000 power leader, once again getting out of an 8,000 swing. Meaning, for the rest of the turn, you are pretty hard to hit. On top of that, you can actually join this card with 9 cost Whitebeard if you play it using the event. So I play 8 cost Whitebeard, or 8 cost I am Whitebeard into 9 cost Whitebeard, and become an 8,000 leader for the turn, leaving 2 Dawn available after doing this play. And then I play Meteor Strike of Love, pick up a life. I would go up to, oh wow, an 11,000 power leader at minimum if I didn't activate Whitebeard's, I am Whitebeard's secondary effect. An 11,000 power leader, that's pretty strong. But that makes Meteor Strike of Love a very fun card to play for people who love to play tanky. The last 2 tech cards were 2 Great Whitebeard Pirates Atmos. Like I said before, lets you bounce characters back to hand against emus. If you're going first on your 5 Dawn turn, it's very powerful. And Taxbeard, a card that when you play, your opponent must now pay a tax and discard cards from the hand in order to attack you, which is Whitebeard's way of defending you. But it's kind of funny that Ace's whole game plan is summoning all his adopted dads to fight for him. So if you're going to challenge Ace and try to take him out, you better be ready to face the full force of the Whitebeard Pirates. But yeah, this is my deck profile for Ace, and please enjoy the games today. And if there's anything you ever wonder about Ace, feel free to ask or watch this again. But have fun watching.
Thank you so much for doing this. Here you go, is your microphone. Okay. First, when did you start judging for One Piece?
About 2 years ago was when I actually had the first, actually worked the first regional I worked. It was, I do specifically remember because it was also the first general, not even just specifically for One Piece. It was 401 Games' test event with regional level prizing, I think was the the thing that they called it. It was a regional in all, but they couldn't call it a regional for some reason or another.
Oh, okay. And do you like doing it?
Yeah, it's nice just to see, and it's the kind of role where you're like, it's a feel good role in the sense that you're helping people.
Right, yeah. Well, that's amazing. Do you play One Piece at all?
Yeah, I play One Piece, not at the level where I'm would do anything in the regionals, but I'm trying to get more active into it.
Mm-hmm.
Just if only just because that'll help with the judging.
That makes sense.
An active player.
Yeah.
Means I have to only have to read the card once. I don't have to read it 5 times, being like, okay, what's this actually talking about? I've never seen this card before in my life.
What deck do you play?
I built Emu just because it was 40% of the meta share, and all the stuff, the vast majority of it was an OP13, so I knew it would be readily accessible. I don't have to hunt down 2-year-old supers.
Oh god, I hate hunting down cards that you need that are like from OP02, and you're like, where am I going to find them?
Yeah, I imagine it's better in the States, but it's bad in Canada because be like, okay, there's 2 stores on TCG Player that have it. They have 1 each, and they want $20 shipping.
Yeah, you're like, no, thank you. Okay, are you ready to answer some questions about the TCG?
I will give you answers.
Okay. Let's start with something easy. Can you name all the leaders from OP07?
OP07. No.
No, you get.
No, OP07. That was
500 years in the future.
500 years in the future. I know I've opened that price from comp, and I've pulled leaders. Was that the green jewelry Bonnie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's Bonnie's in there. There was a black card that everyone played, and he's from CP9.
Oh, CP9. That was it was the Smoker. Smoker was after, or before, the opposite of after.
Yes.
I don't have enough One Piece on that.
That's okay. It was Dragon, Bonnie, Boa, Foxy, Lucci, and Vegapunk.
Oh yeah, the Lucci. Vegapunk was OP7. Yeah, I thought Vegapunk was older than that. Goodness.
Right? It feels like it should be longer. Okay. Let's see. What are the only cards that have been unbanned?
Unbanned? That was the it's OP1 Nami, the Red Nami Searcher, Ninebeard. Mm-hmm. What other things came off in that list?
2 of them recently.
Just recently? No, they didn't unhit.
There's a leader?
I know they... Kabaji they unhit because they hit Nami and they banned Nami. I could not name a 4th one.
Sakazuki.
Oh,
they came unbanned. The leader.
I did not even realize that.
Yeah, there was a huge thing where people were buying out all the cards because the cards were like $20. Now they're like so expensive. Okay, I'll give you a bit of an maybe not easier, but okay.
Easier's fine.
Easier's fine? Okay. Where we go? Name all the leaders from OP03.
Oh, okay. No, OP03, because these have the different, like the unique alternate styles. So those are, those pop mine. It was Katakuri.
Yep.
Yellowback Big Bomb. That was Smoker.
No.
No, that wasn't Smoker?
Nope.
No, not Smoker. No, it's not. Who was it? Is it Green Plains?
They're very odd characters. They're very, like, not...
No, Foxy was after that. Oh, Katakuri. It was Katakuri meta. No, that's older. Definitely looking like a buffoon, but that's fine.
When I was looking up, when I was doing these questions, I was like, I didn't even know these. But it's Ace, Kuro, Arlong, Nami, Iceberg, Lucci, Charlotte Linlin, and Katakuri. They're the ones, but you were saying the fancy all arts. But we'll do a super easy question now. I promise this is super easy. What is Tony Chopper's role in the Straw Hats?
He's their. I don't know if he's he's their medic. I can't remember if they call him a doctor or they could just call him a medic.
He's a doctor. He's a doctor. Yes, the best.
I don't want to take that away from him. He worked hard for that.
He did work hard for that. But thank you so much, and good luck with judging today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and that is going to be our last in between because we've got one last round for the 401 Toronto Regionals for the One Piece card game. We've got our finals here, and Jeremy, what do we got left?
We've got an ace mirror, and before you groan,
I'm not. That's what I predicted. I'm like happy grown, I guess. I don't know. I'm happy here.
My predictions may have been off, but my heart, which loves ace, is happy.
Yeah, we're both winners here, right? And we're going to see who's going to be the ace to take the place, which is first, and we're going to see what the difference is going to be. Obviously, you know, this is going to be a pretty close mirror match. I'd say it's not as like diverse as like necessarily the Emu mirror match, right? I think both of them are trying to establish the 10 drops, right? And it kind of devolves into this like kind of stare down where we both have these blockers. Both of us kind of want to play out our Roger, but we don't want our opponent to be able to play out the Roger. So we'll have to see what kind of micro decisions gets us to the good spot, and we're going to have our finals in just a moment.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for this match, and especially if we've seen Eduardo play before, we've seen that Vista. That Vista is a very key piece in the mirror, so let's see whether he can pull it off as we are going to the game now, and we're going to be seeing Eduardo has one dice roll and has decided to go second versus Janine. So opening up with the Garb Searcher, definitely a really, really great opener. You get to look for certain cards. It's great that the Garb can find kind of anything from the deck, so you can really play aggressively off of this start, and we're seeing the 8-drop event. Now, it's really key for both players to find this 8-drop event and a Whitebeard by their first activation turn.
Sure, yeah, and so we're going to see 2 Dawn for Edward here. It's going to be so hard with his name being Edward and playing Edward, but I'm sure not the first one to make that observation. But
yeah, or Beard playing Whitebeard.
Exactly, yeah. Looking top 5 off Ezo.
What's he going to look for here? This matchup, I think the early game is so important. These first like 5 turns, you think there's not a lot going on, but actually how you attack and how you pivot can change like how the game scales out from that point a lot, because you can change game plans if you actually get enough aggression down.
Yeah, and I do like the one attaching the Dawn here, so if we do end up taking damage, we get the draw 2. We have to be worried about our opponent having pudding. We did get the Jozu, so that means that if you play Marco on 5, you can just bounce it back to hand very easily, right? So there's going to be a lot of tempo on either side. So discarding a Thatch off the discard 1 after the Otama. We're just going to go big 8. And we're going to consider if we're going to take it or do a double discard. But looks like we're going to go down to 2 life. We're going to get an extra draw off the Ace effect. And we'll be going to 4 Dawn for Edward.
Yeah, passing back to Edward here. Opening with Ezo Searcher is kind of not the ideal, only because you kind of want to play the Garp to find that pudding, to kind of have that pudding pressure in your hand. It's still good to have any Searcher period, but it means that you don't have a chance to look for that pudding. But it could be in your hand already.
Yeah, and for 4, we are going to play Marco, unsurprising, pass it back to Janine here, and going to be at 5 Dawn.
Yeah, and 9 cards in hand for Eduard. So if you have pudding right here and you slam and go 7, you can shift this whole game plan back to you, but we don't have it, so it's going to be the Yamato instead.
Yep, so we're going to get the draw 2, no discard again. I can't believe that's the effect.
Oh, yeah.
It's just such a great effect here. Being able to now be 7K, being able to also, you know, attach that Dawn, you're in a really good spot here. So the 7's just going to get a 2K out of hand, not even using leader effect, and passing it back to Edward.
Yeah, from here, we're going to see if Edward has the pudding check and whether he wants to play on this turn or he wants to simply play the Jozu. The reason why it's tough to play out this Marco in this matchup is because of Jozu, actually. That you can bounce the Marco back, so it really just wastes your whole turn.
Yeah, it really is not as much of a blocker, as much of a threat as the other one. We're just going to go 6 to life twice. We're going to bounce the Izo back to give back the Yamato, and we'll have to see if there's another Jozu on the other side to maybe trade Jozus off.
Yeah, when I want to go for the Jozu war here, card size is 9 to 7, so Janine in the backseat here, but swinging 7 into the Marco, asking for some counter.
Yeah, man, if this is a Marco, I'd be kind of tempted to take it, but I might just discard 1 here to still save it. I mean, like, again, the hand size for both these players is just going to be so large. The fact that both of them have access to pudding is going to be, you know, an important step for it, too. I know, for example, Edward's going to want to try to play I Am I Am Whitebeard to play out a Newgate, but it looks like we're just going to use a 2K from hand, not even using leader effect. And yet, the Jozu bouncing continues.
Mm-hmm. Playing a really honest game here. Both of them trying to trade back and forth, trying to just play with their resources. So no pudding shenanigans. So we're kind of mapping towards the lines where we're going into what you're talking about, the 8, 9, 10 Dawn turns, and then kind of like passing back and forth on those.
Yeah, but I'm not immediately seeing Edward having access to that too. So that could be, you know, we might be. I don't know. We haven't seen it on curve for the last 3 rounds, right? It's been kind of just more additional cards from there.
Yep. So I think from Edward says we only see the 1 search from Izo. So I think I see the ACOS event, but I don't think I see a corresponding beard. That?
Yeah, I think we have likely. I think it's a Roger in hand, but we don't have either of the 8 or the the 9 or the 10 drop. We could do something like Izo search, bounce their Jozu back, right? It can be a good back and forth.
Yeah, because if Edward misses this turn and doesn't establish a beard right now, it's almost as if you lost the dice roll.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that. So we're going to look top 5 off the Izo.
So yeah, we're looking at the top. Marco,
Another Marco.
No Whitebeard here either?
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be able to, you know, search for it again, essentially, right? Where we can pay 6 for Jozu, bounce it back. We're going to attack with this Marco here. Not just give him a free Jozu to be able to counter with either. We're going to go 7 to 6 here.
And then Jozu the Jozu. Oh, I still this brings me back to Dofi days.
Yeah.
Only thing to beat this is a 9-drop Mihawk or 7-drop Dofi to bounce. But now we're going to Janene's 9 Dawn turn. If he has it, I think he's going to play it to kind of like stop the Jozu war here and start kind of going to those late game turns. Definitely it pitches priority back to Janene because, you know, it's like you won dice roll. And we're seeing 8 Dawn get tapped. We know what it's for. I Am Whitebeard, and it comes on out. Drawing 2, discard 1.
I'm going to be able to attach 2 Dawn to the leader, and I guess Garp if we want to. Not that he's going to be, I think, punching anything right now.
Yep. And it is the Atmos that got pitched just now. Yeah. So another card that can help in this matchup to bounce the Marcos, but ooh, we're going to see a 9K swinger come across, and where's it going? It's going into the Marco actively.
Yeah, and we are just going to get the draw 3.
Yep. So from here, passing back to Edward, this is where, you know, Janina has the tempo advantage because there's already a beard down. So here, you know, if you red rock, you're also setting yourself back again. And if Janina just drops another beard, you don't want that. So do you begin to contest and just say, you know what, I'm a turn behind, but I'm going to just match you beard for beard, and I think I can get there. Like, yeah, I can play more.
Now, the only thing I could say is that maybe, since we are at 10, we could red rock pudding. Mm-hmm. That would put a lot of pressure back, right? That could contend the situation where, you know, they don't get to play another Newgate, but yeah, we're spending another Izo here. So
interesting.
After like another essentially draw 4, we just didn't see the Newgate, and I don't think we've seen it still.
Yeah, Edward gave a little nod there. I think he was just shaking his head no, like, where is it? And it's another search.
One.
I think this has to be it. I think if it's I think it's
there's it. And unfortunately another one's going to have to get bottom decked, it looks like from there. But yeah, a little bit unfortunate because it does make the difference between, you know, attacking a slightly larger number, but we are going to just play the I Am Newgate here, going to play out the 10 drop, going to be able to get the draw 2, discard 1, and the double Dawn adds.
Yeah, and Edouard really playing this kind of long game. Like, you can see his hand size is enormous, right? It's 13 cards.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
We have to bring out another dice out there.
Yeah. 13 cards in hand. 6 for Janene. So here, Janene's been opting to keep his health healthy rather than having a healthy hand size. But I think this is going to be the first hit he takes. Yep. To try to start coming back here.
And he's like, you know what? I feel somewhat okay. I feel like I don't have to play like a pudding next turn either. So, I've kind of gotten out of the pudding zone, right, a little bit. So, 4 Dawn's a little bit too expensive for that card now, and we're going to pass it back.
Red Rock Pudding here would be a game-breaking play for Janene to play. If he has it, I wonder if he'll go for it. So, kind of see how he navigates in it, because this is the perfect time to do Red Rock Pudding.
Yeah, Red Rock Pudding is good. And maybe I was incorrect there. Oh, maybe that is going to happen. Okay. Red Rock for the 6, and then what are we doing for the 4?
If he has it, it's got to...
Yeah, the thing is that, again, as you mentioned, you just kind of pass the priority back on, like who's going to get as many new gates out.
Yeah, but it's crazy because, like, having a 12-card hand size get reset by the pudding is... Just because Edouard is prioritizing having this massive hand size, which can get punished by this pudding.
Yeah, I'm going to draw the 1 there off the Ezo, discard 1. Or, sorry, bottom deck 1. Yeah, 4-drop Marco.
I think I see, is that the Rush Yamato, or that's the... And it's dead, and gets the draw.
All right, no pudding here, so we're going to go 8K into leader.
Ooh. Very demanding presence. I think you give up the 2 cards here. I mean, you are at such a high hand size. Or do you just say, you know what? I don't think pudding exists at all.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I think with the last 2, they're likely going to be playing Uta out, right? So, looks like it's going to be Otama and a 1K there.
Cool.
Yeah, there's the Uta and passing it back.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Edouard bot deck one of these new gates. Did he get a fresh one off the Ezo cycle, or does he get one off the draw here? We know there's a Marco in hand, but I'm not seeing a... Yeah, he's looking through it. He's like, where is it? Is it in here somewhere? Nope.
All right, so this might be a weirder take, but I'd be somewhat okay just playing 10-drop Roger here. We're not afraid of losing next turn. Now that 1 Red Rock's gone, chances they have another one is low. And the fact that card, honestly, getting to 0 life is not the issue.
Yep.
It's getting to 0 life and having Roger at the same time. So if you kind of pre-spend that 10 Dawn, there could be a really good situation where Roger stays on board for the rest of the game, and now they are on the back foot.
Yeah, because you don't want to drop your opponent to 0, and then they play Roger. You want it in play already.
Yeah, but we're going to just use the I am Newgate for 8. Sorry, I am Whitebeard again to play the Edward Newgate. Get the double draw and the extra Dawn there.
Yeah, I frequently am looking for this card, and I'll type in like Whitebeard, and I was like, wait, no, that's not his name. That's not his name.
Yeah, well, it's tough because it says I am Newgate, but then you're like, well, technically I am Newgate. You know what I mean? Like it's just backwards.
I am both.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're seeing kind of a really honest back and forth match here. I think both contenders are very much so in the thought of, you know what, I'm willing to go card for card and to see who's better in the long run. Edouard finds that other Newgate, plays it, and now the swing's coming through. So 9 coming across.
Yep, 9 to 6 right now. Just going to take it real quickly, get the double draw, and we'll see if we have another removal for this Newgate here.
Yeah, I mean, Janene's been looking for certain cards. He's like, the Garb Searchers is so great because you can find anything, but we saw 1 get used, and
is it another one? Another Red Rock. Oh my goodness.
And we know one of them got searched to the bottom.
Yes.
So there's only 1 more that could possibly be floating in the ether.
Yeah, but I mean, that could be the difference, like how many Red Rocks they're running, right? It's weird because, like, again, in this matchup, it's insane.
Yeah.
In the matchup for specifically Emu, it does, like, nothing, right? So you kind of have to feel like you got to get out of this one. We're going to start using the 1-drop Ezos.
Yeah, because you're going to have to go through a lot of the deck to start finding that Newgate. I think this is the punish for playing honest. If you play a game where you try to match Whitebeard for Whitebeard, if your opponent simply just rolls a little better, it's too fair. It's too honest of a game. But we'll see if Edouard can find some kind of plan to begin to pivot out, or if he's able to get the cards he needs off of these cycles.
Yeah, just asking to look through the trash, see what's there, what's not there.
Yeah, Janina looking through probably like, wow, not a lot of gas and interesting stuff in here. There hasn't been much action happening on this side.
Yeah, and we're still on the win attacking, so we're using another Ezo to bottom deck one after drawing one.
I think he bottom deck a Rogers now. I think he saw the second one.
Yeah,
and he's like, I don't need to.
Yeah. So again, we are currently a what is it, 10k to 6?
Yep.
We can still use the when attacking of our leader ability as well to give the -2, and we essentially need to get 3 cards out of hand.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the extra discard, I believe, for the leader effect. So -2k and then a 2/1 to get out of it.
Yep. And then here the question is, do you swing it? And I think you do.
Yeah, I think at this point, yeah, you are so ahead. We're gonna get the draw off the ace effect as well, and yeah.
Yeah. So he's supposed to draw from the
and draw for turn.
Yep. That draw was from a leader ability, I believe, because I think.
Oh, I thought they already drew it.
No, because I don't think the Marco died last turn. There was.
Yeah, no, you took it for life, and then I thought he drew for turn already.
Yeah, so the card he drew now was to make up for the fact he didn't draw for the leader ability.
Okay.
Like for the life taken. I'm not sure if it's mandatory or not. I think it is. I believe it says you draw.
I thought he already drew X amount of cards.
No.
So maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Because I thought he already drew one already because he took from life. I thought he drew one and then.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was for.
We'll
turn.
ask them later.
Okay.
I believe Roy gestured actually saying, or one of them gestured like, "Oh, I don't think you drew from your leader ability." Yeah.
No, this is correct. He drew 3 cards. I saw him draw 3,
perfect.
so we're good.
They were able to correct it. Great. So we are going to. What's going on here? So okay, from this position, you're down one beard. I don't think you can play Red Rock here because if you play Red Rock here, you know, Janine can just swing at you and just tax you for cards. If you play a Whitebeard and you keep trying to play that honest game, you really have to hope that you're able to get to the Whitebeards that have obviously been bottom decked, which is a long distance to get back to.
All right. Well, we do see that there is the pudding in hand. If they got Red Rock pudding, that can be quite changing, right? It essentially kind of equalizes the board a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get the Dawn for leader effect, but
I have one of the risks once it gets to this state of the game is that if you Red Rock and you pudding, and if either ace player has been cycling cards into their trash correctly, the likelihood of you seeing the Whitebeard on the refresh is very high.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you know, so much of your deck is now gone, and obviously you don't pitch the Whitebeards.
Yeah.
That you'll see it very likely. So as the game goes on, I think the pudding becomes less relevant. Weirdly, I think it's really relevant to kind of early to middle, and then from here it becomes more of a finishing card than it is like a card that you would just be able to play to kind of tempo back. But nonetheless, like it's still possible, especially if. Interesting line of playing the it won't be, he won't play putting here now, but Jojo at least resets the blocker away.
It does reset the blocker away. I don't know, maybe I'm just a greedy player. I still would have liked to play Roger here, especially knowing that 2 Red Rocks are gone. I would say that Roger would likely get the, I guess with the Uta still around, it's a little bit tougher. But if you go down to 0 yourself, right, like that just kind of changes the game state a little bit. So
I agree, because I think if you are in this position where you've gotten Red Rock twice and you are behind by this much, you have to take a stand, right? You have to play out a card and be like, okay, I need to start getting on board and establishing a way to win, or this is just going to keep going on. Because I think Janine has more Whitebeards. I think he's choosing not to play them. He's like, I have more pressure doing this.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to play it.
Yeah, and so we're just going to go a big 8. 8K. This is going to require 2 cards from hand. I mean, if we have another I Am Newgate's going to be nasty, but we probably would have started with that if we did, so.
Yeah. This might be a 6-drop or double Marco.
Just Jozu, so they have less attacks.
Yeah, and then search again to just get the card advantage and just try to win off just fundamentals and card advantage. Yeah. This feels exactly like a part of this meta of like the I don't want to say textbook nature of it, of like a sign that you have practiced, a sign that you have like understood this, the sign that you have like talked about this with people, kind of done the studying of it. You know?
All right, so we're going to spend a lot of 2Ks, but we are going to get out of that attack. We're going to play the Uta for 2, and we're pretty much in the same situation we were just at, but a little bit worse.
Yep. To which the point of like, if you had Roger, at the very least, you know, you'd be pushing one, like
it'd be
game
harder to
forward,
remove, right? They
Yeah.
could have pressed for game, but then like their blockers don't do anything.
Yeah.
Both players I think are playing one drop thatch, so if you already have Roger on the board, just pending one to make everything unblockable for the turn's kind of nice.
Yep.
So I'm not saying it's the best play, but I definitely, and I'm sure he's thought about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna play out another new gate here.
All right. So we've seen 2 Red Rock Beasts from Janina's side. So this Whitebeard is probably going to stick.
Yeah.
Because, at most you run 3 copies, and I don't think you would have the 3rd copy even if you are at the 3 copy mark. So we'll see. But we're seeing an 8 come across. Probably thinking, do I give up the 2 cards here, or do I just block and just make it so that, because you're starting to get to the Roger phases now.
Yeah. I definitely consider blocking with Uta because, at some point, one of us is going to have to go down to 0, so Uta doesn't do much on board. But, yeah, this is like an easy enough attack to get out of that I can understand.
Yeah. We're at 7 cards to 8 cards right now, and after this attack, it'll pass back to Janine. Yep, and we see a Atmos get pitched for a 2K, and then the 1-cost Garp be pitched for 1K. Yes, this intense final round ace mirror. Oof. On the refresh, Janine takes a breath. You can see he's thinking it through. He's like, I'm in a good position. He's feeling the confidence here. Turns that new gate with just not a care in the world.
Just casual 12K going in. Going to 0.
Oh.
I mean, are you trying to bait out the Roger? Because Roger could come out right now.
And there's 8 lead. Saying, give me 2 cards.
Yeah, because if you block this, then, Josu's going in for big number. Josu's going in for big number here.
Yep.
And you're going to block. Are you going to be able to save the new gate here? So this is at
15K, I think.
15. 7 plus 8. Yeah, 15. So we're at 12.
And then 2-2.
2K.
1K.
All right, you're giving him the chance to go for it.
Yep.
Can you get out of a 12 and 13?
Yep. So if you can pitch out of the 6 and then out of the 12, then you've got it.
Yeah. So we're gonna go. We're gonna.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like,
Turns
yep,
his
this
head.
has to be the case. 6K to 6.
1K.
1K. 12 to 6. Can we get out of it?
He can also choose to take to draw the extra card, and gets out of the last one for sure.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, get an extra draw here, and then we've got
2, 2, 2, 2. Yep.
2,
8.
2, 2. Yeah.
Is that enough?
That's gonna be it. Yeah. And we've got our winner.
Oh, so he had he countered enough though. So he countered -2, 2, 2, 2, but he had more counter in hand. Oh yeah, he's just showing him like he has enough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Yeah, because there was a Garp and other stuff in hand too. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think he's just like. I mean, not that there's going to be much of a difference, but like, yeah, he's going to have to full commit to it, and there it is. So, we got Janine, our winner today with the Portuguese DAs.
Yep. Intense game. I feel like it was the game plan where I think Eduardo was correct to do what he was doing. I think he was playing a game plan where he's like, I'm going to take the curve out, the path. I know I'm on second. I know all I need to do is see the right pieces at the right time. It will be really powerful. I think what happened was, not seeing that 8-drop, flipping the turn order back is such a penalizing point in the game.
Yeah, I agree. And like we could have gotten, I think there was a time where we could have gone like a little bit deeper with like getting a block with Marco and getting some more draw if we didn't see the pieces, or like maybe you can get like an Ezo cycle, but Ezo's also like multi-use for playing Josu too. So I definitely think it's a tough call. I'd say a little bit unfortunate not seeing the 8-drop on curve, right? But I think it's really well played to the out there, and got to the end.
Yeah, no, I just want to commend both players playing these 9 rounds, getting to this point undefeated on ace. Just the amount of thinking, the amount of decks that are trying to kill you, like the Zoros, the Bello Bettys, and just making it to this point just through strong methodical play. So, big ups to both contenders, especially Janine, who there at the end, there was so much confidence in every play.
Yeah,
you could tell. There was like okay, you don't have this? Great, I'm going for this line. I'm going to go here. And there was so little hesitation. There was a very commanding play.
Yeah, For sure. So that's going to be it for our event. I do want to say thank you to 401 Games for running this event, also letting us do the podcast and the production for it. Definitely Jeremy and your team from optcg.gg. A lot of work. I just showed up to this. You guys put all the equipment, all the time, all the work on it, and I really appreciate that. I know everyone from Homer appreciates it too. And the event would not look the same without you all.
Oh, thank you so much, Eggman. I love casting alongside of you. I love the energy you bring to these events too, and I can see people coming up to say hi, and you're always so welcome to like chat with them. So it's always like, I know people are excited to be able to see you.
As long as I'm not wearing these headphones, you can come talk to me. If I am, different story. But yeah, it's really nice, especially going somewhere far from home right now, even though this is home at the bottom of my heart, right? Just seeing all these people, and it's great, and it's love to see the energy in the room too. The fact that 900 people were trying to play today is insane, right? We had so many people on the wait list, so many people trying to get in. One Piece is in a really good spot. Yeah.
Okay, so and thank you. I want to say also thank you to the folks behind the scenes that you may not see, but Kobe, Lexi, Gabe, and Victor, who are behind the scenes.
Yes.
Helping us with so much stuff, and the reason why we can sit here and be less stressed is because of what they're doing there too. And I want to give also if you let me, a shout out to, there's so many players here this weekend at the Toronto Regional who donated to our food drive this weekend. We have 6 massive boxes of food that are going to be going to the food bank. And during this time where there's a lot of people who are going to need that food at the food bank, it is wonderful. I am almost brought to tears by how wonderful and this community has shown up for people.
Yeah, and I'll step on your story, but people we're kind of in an area where there's a convenience store, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and what happened with that?
People literally bought out all the canned goods in the convenience stores nearby just to donate. That's how much I think it shows what One Piece players and One Piece fans are like, which is how much care they have for those who just need help.
For sure.
So from the bottom of my heart, if you donated, even if you didn't, if you just sent thoughts about it, thank you so much for taking the time to care about others. And if you have any ways to donate from home for anything in communities in need around you, please do so during the season. But even if you don't, thank you so much for this weekend and this broadcast.
Yeah, for sure. So that's going to be it for our coverage. Again, if you guys want to see more action, make sure to follow us on our socials. Should be in the description. Deck list should be out. I'm going to say Monday morning. It might be out tomorrow, but I'm going to say Monday morning guaranteed. So I know a lot of people want to see what the top 16 looks like, so I'll make sure to get that information to you guys. Again, thank you to 401 Games for making all of this happen. We really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good holiday season as well, and we'll see you in the new year. Have a good one.
Bye.